I still couldn't look it up, but I'm just gonna move on because it's taking too long. I mean, I got your links, but for whatever reason, Roll20 is being difficult for me. So we have Dare and Juan out today, which is unfortunate. It was Dare's turn to scribe. Since he's not here, Beans, you would be next in line if you would like it.
Yeah, I will gladly describe.
No.
Okay.
But if anybody else wants story points, by all means.
Well, if you want to skip, I can go to the next person. That's up to you.
That's okay. I'll write it.
All right.
Trying to save
So
up the story points now.
those story points.
Yeah,
Nora, you were the previous journaler. Would you like to give us
Yeah.
a recap of the events of last time, please?
My pleasure. Pleasure. Let's see. So we start off the session after a long battle near the crater in which we found the crystal. We decide to make haste to our friend Loaf as soon as possible. So we decide to sprint all the way back to Zutan. We make it to him without any issues. And upon speaking to Zutan, we learn that he does have a way to free Loaf. Nora is able to convince him to help him for him to help us speak with the Wraiths in the future. In exchange for our crystal, he has agreed to give us this potion that can free Loaf. He tells us that the Wraiths to the northwest of him unfortunately do not like vampires, but he does trade with them from time to time. He states that he will come with us, but he's not sure if it will help though, because then he reveals that he is also a vampire. So the group decides to make haste back to free our friend and deal with the wraiths at a later date. So we do make haste back towards that crater, but along the way, we end up attracting a horde of ghouls. We end up smashing this bottle on Loaf to free him. We decide to try, to get back as soon as possible. But unfortunately, we are overwhelmed by the ghouls that were following us, and large ones at that. The battle is long and fought hard. Multiple times we are on the edge of death as these ghouls paralyze us with their claws, feasting upon Beans, almost taking him down and ripping him apart. But luckily, an unknown ally appears from one of these houses. It seems to mesmerize these remaining bloated ghouls. We are unsure of his motives, but we do take him up on his offer at the last minute. Fortunately, because this last remaining ghoul could definitely have wiped us out. And we are about to speak to this unknown figure, and that is where the session ends.
All right. Thank you for that recap. So it is the 62nd of fall at 11:45 a.m. when we will continue the story. So the group had defeated most of the ghouls, with one of them seemingly mesmerized by this strange undead that kind of came out and told you he was not an enemy. So combat pretty much ended. Now, before we jump back in, does anyone have any resources they need or anything they need sorted out? Or is everyone...
So I updated my sheet to 2024 sheet, but I can use either one tonight if we want to wait until next week to make a new token for the Beans' 2024 sheet, and the character should be at the bottom of the journal page.
That's your wizard, right?
Correct.
Well, I think the wizard is almost completely similar to the old
Yep.
wizard, with
Yep.
a few exceptions.
Yep.
And the spells are probably the biggest deviation.
I've already updated all of so his old sheet is updated to the 2024 version. It's just I put that into the new 2024 sheet.
All right. Well, let's just continue to
Stick with.
use the
Sounds good.
for now.
Perfect.
And
That's what I figured.
we'll just have to. I'll try to remember next week that we have to switch out your token. Although,
Appreciate it.
so there are 2 beans now.
There is one in the player PC section and one all the way at the bottom of the journal.
All right. Now the problem with them having the same name is it might make things a little wonky. Do you have everything you need from your previous sheet? Maybe I can just swap in the new one real quick.
I believe so.
All right, I'm gonna archive it.
Cool.
And
Thank you.
I'll bring your new sheet in. Put you in everyone's journal so you can all see his sheet. And I'm going to set your current token to be the token of your new sheet.
Thank you.
I'm going to take all the symbols off it just because I want a fresh token.
Yep.
I'll leave the color on. And I will change that to the new beans. Alright, now I should just be able to pull you out, and yeah, why does it have 2 red dots? Yeah, it's a weird bug. Alright, I'm just gonna set it to have no dots for your default token. Okay. So, anything else? Or is that it?
That's all for me.
Okay. So, yeah, this creature has drawn over the one remaining ghoul, who just sort of sags next to him, waiting for some kind of response or command. What do the rest of you want to do?
I say to Toadleaf, why don't you trust him? He saved us.
Toadleaf would say, because he is a Bodak. He's evil.
Iara would say, saved is a strong word. It's not like we were doing poorly in that combat as she is putting her crossbow away.
Did you see Beans? He was half digested when I ambulanced him away.
Beans,
He was going to be
don't let ghouls
mean.
put you in their mouth, please. Sorry, what were you saying, Toadleaf?
Toadleaf was gonna say, he would have been fine. I would have made sure he lived.
Oh no, I don't think that means what I would normally think what it means.
Exactly.
Loke, I appreciate you saving me, my friend.
Of
But
course,
I must align with Toadleaf on this. These types of undead, I've never met one that has control over itself and does not give in to its instincts.
Oh, and real quick, so out of your 3 NPCs, Shock, Griffin, and Iara, what 2 do you want with you? I know Iara was already with you, and I think, who was playing Iara?
I was.
Nora was.
Nick, yes.
Yeah.
So do you want
keep
Griffin or
Iara.
Shock as your second?
Ooh. I'll take Griffin.
Okay.
Kill the fuck out of him.
So Griffin would whisper, well, he's not attacking. Do we kill him? Might be safer.
No. No.
I'm on the verge of death, guys. I was just
Griffin.
revived from the
You're about to
stone.
die
I
here.
think we should. I think we should just relax. maybe get some to eat.
We should
Find a
Well,
safe spot.
cut our losses and go rest somewhere?
That'd be
Friend, who are
great.
you? Who are you, ghoul of ghouls?
He would say, I am not a ghoul. I am one of those that rests at the church. It's a structure a little ways to the east of here. You probably passed it if you've been moving through the city. He says, my name is Father Tursk. I have been a resident of Issyk for quite a while, myself and several of the other intelligent Bodaks. He says, we have found a way to shepherd many of these creatures, the ones not controlled by the Alhoon.
The Alhoon. It's an Alhoon that's controlling all of these.
What is that? What is Alhoon?
He says, well, there are several of them, but an Alhoon is a very dangerous undead creature. It's a former mind flayer, affected by the dark ritual that's taken Issyk, much like the rest of us.
Thanks for saving us, Father Tursk. Are you gonna be okay?
He says, I'm fine. I wanted to reveal myself as my allies have seen all of you moving through the city, and assumed you have a purpose for being here beyond just killing the undead. I was kind of curious what that purpose was.
And that's why you saved us?
He says, well, I got involved because we take any chance we can get to shepherd some of these ghouls away from the Alhoon. And you had weakened this party enough that I was able to take control of several of them.
Oh, that's fantastic to hear.
Where is this Alhoon? And would killing him take care of the curse in Issyk?
As well, there are several Alhoon. They generally reside somewhere underneath the keep, though we don't know where their lair is. The curse of Issyk is one that happened long, long ago. There's no real way to undo it. The undead you see here are the former citizens of the city. He says most of them have lost their minds, becoming feral creatures of destruction and death, though some of us retain our sanity, though not many.
How did you retain your sanity?
He says it's not always obvious why certain of us retain our sanity. Some are stronger-willed. We also believe that these the shadowy crystals that are scattered throughout Issyk help with such things. Though none of us can actually see them. We just notice a boon from them when we're close to them. We have several in our church to help keep our members from going feral and becoming evil.
That is interesting. That is good
Yes.
information. I
Could
would
we?
love to see your church. That sounds like a very holy place, and I'd love to go in there.
Yes, as he says, I think that would be great. Would you possibly be able to offer a safe refuge for the time being? I fear we're very wounded.
Give me a persuasion check.
Can I give you one?
Anyone who's talking can make a roll.
Okay. Yeah.
That's all you, That's all you, buddy. I'm out of second wins. I can't push myself
Persuasion.
unless I get lucky here. Oh,
Yeah.
see how bad it is. 3.
He says, we unfortunately do not know you very well. At this point, it would not be proper for us to bring you in case you wish harm to us or our flocks. But perhaps over time, we could get a better understanding of your intentions here in Issyk and see if they align with ours.
My
Is there
friend,
any way we can repay your kindness?
He says, well, I have a nice, healthy, and powerful ghoul servant now. That's quite enough payment. I wish you would have listened when I said don't kill the other ones, but even having one is better than having none, so.
And uh, in addition to repaying your kindness, is there anything that you need taken care of? You know, of safe havens? Do you have a map of the area? You said you've been here for some time. We wish not to run into to the Alhun.
Very few places are safe for the living in Issyk. He says, unless you have a
Uh,
really good reason to be here, I suggest you leave. No matter how powerful you think you are, any can be overwhelmed by the massive hordes here. That said,
I must,
if... Go ahead.
yeah, I must be honest, Father. Trust, my intentions here are quite academic. The what happened here in Issyk is a mystery to all of the outside world, and part of the reason I'm interested in being here is because I want to uncover what caused this city, this thriving town, to turn into what it is today. It seems quite nefarious, and the opportunity to protect future settlements from the same fate that Isaac had is something of interest.
So, well, I myself don't have much information to give you. As I said, a
Ah,
darkness swept over the city and turned its residents into, well, mostly into these ghouls you see, the hordes that are here. I know some
I
survived, some escaped. Many became like me, an undead with um, a corrupt being with an attachment to
yes,
Issyk. Something about this place sustains us. We've been
it doesn't
unable
allow
to.
you to leave.
It says those who have
We have
tried
heard.
have withered and died.
Uh,
Father Tursk, what's your faith? If you're a father, I assume you have a church of some kind.
I did serve Palor once, long ago. Now I just shepherd the ghouls, hoping to increase the power of the other Bodaks within the monastery.
Are you
and
preparing for war of some kind? Do you have many things to defend from? Why do you gather
He
so
says
many
there
soldiers?
are dangerous factions within Issyk, though at the time there's an uneasy peace between most of them. Uh, if we stay out of each other's way, for the most part, or by staying out of each other's way, for the most part, we've avoided hostilities. The dragon is the only wild card. His flights over Issyk target any he sees, both undead, living, any faction. He is the only true danger. There were times when we'd fight with each other, but at the moment, none of us are in, or at least we are not in all out war with any of the other factions. We just gather our forces for the event, or for the time when we may fight each other, if that time comes.
the shadow race, the vampires, they don't concern you as much at all.
So you've met some of the other factions then. This is the vampires are probably the most hostile, being at odds with several of the other undead groups. But no, they don't. They don't openly attack us because they have nothing to gain from it. He says they are most heavily at war with the sword wraiths. The sword wraiths are, well, they cling to an old habit of defense of the city and consider many of the undead factions enemies. It puts them at odds
Yes,
And
with many.
that's interesting. Interesting.
yes, they serve Dianara, I believe is her name.
Yes, the Ivaldi girl, once a prominent, uh, once a prominent noble family within the city. As far as I know, they are all dead except for her, and the old guards still serve her. although she
Father
is
Tursk,
like me,
I have a question for you.
of course.
Do you still serve Palor even after you're on death?
He says, how could a abomination like me serve the god of light? My very being is a profanity against him. Palor does not
I
accept the undead. I will never again be able to be part of the church that I once called my own. But I have accepted
your
that.
strength and still being honest and true to your values and the values of Paylord should be rewarded and recognized by Paylord. It's despite your condition, everything you've done uh, is quite admirable, and Paylord should recognize that.
It's nice of
Well,
you to
and
say so.
that's if we choose to believe you, but I don't really believe you because you're yeah. And then Toadleaf just kind of like looks around.
He says, what purpose would I have to lie about this?
What the purpose
Loaf,
does anything have for anything? And he just rolls his eyes.
Loaf goes up to him and gives him a handshake, saying, well, Father Tursk, I believe your sincerity, and I've learned in my travels not to judge folks based on how they currently look.
So he looks at your hand for a moment and says, unfortunately, I cannot touch the living anymore. My very touch would wither you, and you don't seem in good condition now, to begin with.
That's fair. I pick up a small piece of branch and I say, well, maybe we can handshake through the branch, and I kind of extend it awkwardly to him.
Give me a persuasion with advantage.
That's not my strength. That's 11
So
also.
he kind
Hey.
of stares at the branch for a moment and lets out a small chuckle, grabbing the end and shaking it as the branch like withers and cracks.
Oh,
His touch.
Even now, you look out for us. I appreciate that. Is there any way I can or call you or one of your associates if
Says,
we happen to have some ghoul issues or maybe a bread to share?
says it's not as much looking out for you as the fact that if I touch you and you were to drop dead, I believe I would quickly be riddled with arrows and spells by your companions.
Do you,
That's fair.
Father, do you happen to still eat
He says, no,
any, like, oh,
I do
darn.
not. My body is more of a shell now. It doesn't do any of the things it used to. It's more of just an avatar for my state of mind more than an actual functioning life force. He says,
What about,
Anymore
honestly,
either?
a corrupt thing like me should not even live.
well, Father Terse, corruption comes through actions, and you've done a good deed today.
He says, I hope so. If you are interested in speaking further, I would be happy to have you meet some of the leaders of the church. They are like me, but more powerful. Perhaps they have things you could do to help us strengthen our grasp on the ghouls. He says
Yes.
maybe through time and effort you could earn our trust. But I
Or
thought I
you could perhaps earn our trust. How about that?
he says, well,
Quiet.
I could try. We'd have to know more about again why you're here and what you need. But I thought helping you with this fairly dangerous fight would at least show some of my good intention.
Oh, it did. Thank you.
He says, good. And if there are ways that we can earn your trust, or that you could earn ours, as I said, you should come to the church. I'm sure
Do
we.
you know Any locations of other crystals that we might be able to rescue?
Says no. Our church has several which we've set up to help sustain our flock. Well, sustain our shepherds, but we don't know of any crystal locations throughout the city. If you
Let
have
me ask
any,
you
we
this,
would. Or go ahead.
Father
Yes.
Tursk. What do you do with these crystals? We've run into some people who consume them.
He says, well, I don't know of any factions that consume them, but having the crystals in an area close to us helps us shield our sanity from the effects of Isik, slowly draining it away from us. As I said, we have a couple which we've managed to get a hold of through a lot of work, positioned throughout the church to help our shepherds not lose their minds. Says, I assume any other
What about
factions who seek them use them for similar reasons. The undead here need the crystals to not be swayed into madness.
this poor fellow? I point to the thing that was attacking us. Is he going to regain his sanity ever?
Says, no, the ghouls are beyond our help. All they can do now is serve us. That is the fate of most that were involved in the ritual that hit Isik many, many years ago.
How do you
To the
know
church.
about? Oh, go ahead, Nora.
No, you finish what you're. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna ask how Father Tursk knows about this ritual. Was he there when it happened?
Says, yes, it transformed the whole city. As I said, I was fortunate enough to be one of the undead that retained my sanity, though in the beginning we all felt the pull of the dark energies ebbing away that sanity. It was only through collecting some of these crystals through much hardship that we realized they can shield us, or at least their energies can, in a certain proximity.
If you were
Appreciate
to
your
come,
candor. Thank you.
Yes, of course. How are we saying, Nora?
to the church now, would that be okay?
He says, if you wish, I think it might be better if I spoke first to our leaders and let them know about you. He says, we
Yes.
mostly saw you through our scouts wandering the city, but the leaders
I
have not made a call on whether or not they trust you enough to approach. He says, perhaps give us some time to speak with them, and then we shall find you once we've had that discussion.
I
That sounds
I
fine.
would
We,
think
we should we should rest.
I sure, but last thing I would say in that situation is I think our current situation would show more trust towards you all than anything, since we are all on the edge of death. You could easily kill us.
Give me a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Oh, oh God, no, please. Another 20. 13? Too bad, right?
Says, well,
Damn.
it's not my call to make. Again, I am a servant of the collective, much like the other Bodax. I'm just telling you what I think would be best. If you wish to risk it, you could come, but I don't know how the leadership will react, as we don't encounter the living much anymore.
Respect that. I won't push it any further. I appreciate all the help.
He says, I shall tell my people of your deeds. Perhaps it'll smooth things over. And I'll say this earns you one renowned with their faction. So you're at 1 instead of 0 now.
Let's go.
Beans, heal us.
Mm.
I'm gonna, I'm gonna, I'm gonna die, Beans, and you're about to die, buddy. Can you throw up a tent for us, Beans?
He says, things have been quiet, but I think we should both move on, as the ghouls will
I
attack
was
me
gonna
just
say,
as quickly as they'll attack you. He says,
alright.
good luck to you, and hopefully we shall see each other again soon.
You know where to find us, eh?
He
And we know
says,
where to find you.
we will seek you once we know
Pleasure
better.
talking to you, Father Thirsk.
Alright, so he's going to take off unless anyone says anything else.
Can Nora start searching this house over here? See if there's anything in it.
Sure, give me a perception check. I mean, how much time do you want to spend checking it out?
Not long. Yeah.
So there are several
sure.
rooms. Giving it a quick once over, you find some old barrels and 100 feet of rope in one of the rooms. The barrels just contain rations that have long ago gone bad, but the rope could still be of use. Is anyone taking it?
Nora, I think you should take that rope. It was your
What are you
find.
gonna use rope for, Beans?
When you spend the night at Ebony's, Vani's, the vampires, you seem that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Oh, I see where you're going with this. Yes. How does the little mind of you, like yours, have such bad thoughts?
Griffin would say, I've never heard of Isik being overrun by some kind of dark ritual. You think we could trust what that undead said?
What happened here at Isik seems to be a complete mystery to everybody outside. Loaf, what were you going to say?
I think we should give benefit of the doubt to people until they give us a reason to think otherwise. And he seemed friendly.
Yes, but that
How
thing,
far is
that
5
thing
pounds
was
of
no
rope? Sorry.
person. Sorry, what?
How long is or how?
How much does it weigh?
Like for 2020? Yeah, 24 and 24 rope. It just says 5 pounds or 5
that's
for
well,
weight.
usually it's 50 feet of rope, so I'm assuming that's for 50
Okay,
feet.
so it'd just be. Okay. Cool.
I
Sorry.
think Griffin
so-
said
Done.
that's not a person, right?
Yeah, he said that wasn't a person. That thing was.
I'd say, well, same thing with really anything, Griffin. I mean, look at this tree. It might be poisonous, but until it gives you a reason to think so, you wouldn't assume it's poisonous.
That is a very naive way to think about it. With age comes wisdom, and I've seen enough.
With travel also comes wisdom, Toadleaf. I've traveled quite far.
Well, what? She says you all look terrible. So what do we do? Are we camping here or moving on? We should hurry.
We must
Whatever.
move and find somewhere safe to camp out for the night.
I second that wholeheartedly.
Can I quickly search this building?
You do, but there is nothing of use. These buildings
okay.
are old
Oh.
and just falling apart.
He finds a
You.
stick.
Take a quick
Listen.
look around.
I
Alright, so
just
you
want to take a
were,
quick look, guys.
you were in this neighborhood. Do you want to move to a different? The houses are kind of all different neighborhoods. They're not single houses. They're just like collections of
Okay.
houses. You could just try to hide somewhere here. You could move elsewhere. What does the group want to do?
I don't care. I don't know.
Did we have safe haven underground somewhere?
Oh, man.
We do. We have a whole camp.
Yeah, but how the fuck are we gonna get to it?
Walk.
By walking.
I think
If
the
we go
closest
somewhere-
is right by. Oh man, yeah. It's
If we go
super
somewhere
far
where we
away.
can make light, make a fire, I can maybe try to bake some bread for all of us.
So
Why don't we take a
luckily, at the moment, there doesn't seem to be a lot of activity. The large group of ghouls you killed may have been the biggest threat in the area. So at least right now, no more ghouls are like showing up from different houses. You think you got?
I
Oh,
think
we
we
were-
should camp here, Beans. I don't think
Oh,
we
we-
should risk it.
We were
I am-
originally searching to find a route to the south outside of the city.
Ooh. Oh, but the boy. The boy.
Might we find somewhere a little bit south of here that we made quite a calamity? There may be
Sure, but
many enemies searching.
Sure, but doesn't our best friend, the vampire best friend, doesn't she want more crystals? We should probably bring her. She's pretty, like, come on, guys. She's pretty cool.
After that conversation, though, like they're just consuming the crystals, and it seems to just be for pleasure. They're not doing anything with it.
And not
So
just
Lou,
crystals, but the light.
How long does that charm last on me? Like, does it last
mean, would-
until long rest or forever?
would we be
I
able
mean,
to?
it's. Go ahead.
No, I was just. It follows into this. Would we be able to deduce at this point that we've been suckered into some kind of charm? Yeah.
I mean, if
By this
if
part.
someone told you about it, you could assume it, but generally, like, it doesn't have the same effect as a normal charm, where after it wears off, you realize it. Like, you just kind of think the vampire chick seemed really cool. It's more of just like a feeling. Now, you can, like, if someone said, well, that's their magic, you could be like, wow, well, maybe I have been charmed then. But you might still
we
think...
have,
Yeah, go ahead.
well, we have learned that from now, so I'm gonna play it as Toadleaf would feel as if he has been charmed, since technically, as a Fae, I wouldn't have been charmed easily like that. So.
Yeah, I mean, you know that generally speaking, charms are very obvious. There's not many Fey charms that, and they're kind of meant to be, because they're meant to make the victim kind of feel dumb for, like, falling for it. But yeah, this, like I said, would more feel like just meeting a charismatic, likable person than a charm. So it's up to you how you want to play it. Like, maybe she used her charms, maybe she didn't. You might assume that she did, because, you know, she's a vampire.
Yeah.
But at this point, there's no magical compulsion anymore. It would have faded quite a bit. You just would remember her fondly.
My suggestion is we search to the south of here to find somewhere that is safe for an overnight stay. Our noise and might have drawn the attention of others. But at the same time, I fear no matter where we go, eyes are upon us. We've seen that with the sword race, as well as Father Tursk here. Even when we didn't think we were being watched, they knew exactly what we were doing.
Right.
All right,
So what I say, rather than staying here and setting camp here, I suggest we move south, kind of explore more, find an easy path.
I'm
for-
literally about
Honestly,
to die, Beans.
if we run into
you're on the
trouble,
edge of
we're all
death.
toast.
Yeah, we're gonna die here, buddy. But
I
I
agree.
I'll do whatever
The
the
wizard
group
is being a bit, I think, overzealous. Iara says we should probably just heal ourselves a bit. Your wounds look pretty
Cool.
bad.
And I'll use my one quick ritual casting to clear up the time inside of this place.
All right, so you're just choosing a house and putting a tiny hut up.
Yep.
All right.
Not a bad option. That's the safest option.
Nice. Did we gather any essence before leaving the area?
Ooh,
I don't think you did. Do you want to spend time doing that? There's a lot
this
of
hut
bodies.
is safe.
A lot of bodies.
Maybe just the one big guy that we killed.
All right, the biggest ones. Sure.
Yeah, just the big guy.
All right. Let me see how that goes. And I assume at least one of you has religious training?
Yes.
Like religion proficiency?
Yes, I do.
Alright.
Beans.
So gathering some of the fallen ghoul essence. I'll just put it in chat as usual. I think there was a ghoul abomination and 2 fallen ghoul bloaters.
Mhm.
Okay.
Can I try to bake a new type of bread with beans?
He's gonna make undead bread.
With the ghoul essence?
I mean, the fire elemental essence turned out okay.
Oh God.
Gross.
You'd have to do more research, but you're not sure how well undead essence would be for baking. But it's
Mm,
possible you could come up with some kind of recipe.
okay.
So you don't know anything off
Worth
the
a
bat,
shot.
but maybe in the future.
Sure.
All right. So you
Imagine.
gather the essence. Who's taking that?
I think beans gets like 90%, and if I can have like a little bit.
Yeah, take 5 of the ghoul abomination and 10 of the bloated ghoul.
Awesome, thank you.
All right. So after which you put up your hut. You would notice after a while several smaller ghouls wander in and just start eating all the corpses that were left. Though
Shit.
they're mostly staying away from where you are. You're in a house, so you're kind of hidden.
Nice.
I'll say, well, give me up to 2 stealth checks from the group. See how well you hid your camp.
And Iara can.
Yeah, I already
Do
can
that?
make one.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Or did 2 people already roll?
No, I just have one.
for now.
Okay. 1 second. Sorry.
I don't want to be I don't want to be responsible for rolling an out one.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I'll let
guys.
Iara. We'll let Iara be responsible for that.
She's
That's her,
pretty
that's her
stealthy.
job. All right. Let's pull it up. Let's see. Sorry. Stealth.
All right.
Dang.
So, yeah, Iara does a pretty good job at hiding the camp, lowering the chance that you'll all be discovered. As I said, you would see the ghouls outside kind of eating a bunch of the other undead corpses, mostly ignoring the house you're in. An hour would pass, so you could spend a short rest if any of you want to. It's now 12:45.
Fuck yeah. Shit.
Go ahead and, spend hit dice and regain powers as is appropriate for a short rest.
How do I do that? Sorry. How do I do that for Iara?
I think she has her hit dice listed. Though generally NPCs just heal the full during a short rest.
Sick. Yeah, I'll just do that.
Because they
That's
also
fine.
die easier than PCs.
Yeah, they
Do
definitely.
we,
She definitely does.
with
Her
each
health is
short rest, do we
pretty
just
low.
click one of the die? Is that how it goes?
Yes.
You can click, well, you can spend as many of your hit die as you want during a short rest. So
Oh, okay then.
you can keep spending them till you get to full or till you're like, 5 from full or however you want to do it.
That should be fine.
And Beans, are you exhausted?
Mm-hmm. 3 levels, bro.
Oh, wait.
2 levels. 2 levels. 2 levels, hopefully.
I saw 3. Well, sure. Yeah. 2.
I pressed 3 instead of 2 at one point.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes
But,
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's a 2.
And the die won't be reset at the next short rest, right?
So no, you don't reset your hit dice die until a long rest.
Okay.
So yeah, you only have a certain amount of healing per day before you do your long rest.
Okay.
Yet.
I'm
I have Dare Cool Fever. Do I even recover health? I don't remember.
Oh, did you get Terracool Fever? Let me see.
Yeah, I don't remember what the
How do you
rules
spell
were
that?
because we didn't even Dare Cool Fever. I have no idea. I have no idea.
is this our first official short rest of the day?
I
Second.
think so.
Second. So then I wouldn't have my Bloodwell vial anymore. Okay. So
I think
Yeah.
it's like I
I've
think I
already
lose
used.
health on a long rest. Maybe that's what it is.
Let's see. I think I found it.
and you're sure this is the second one, Matt?
I had marked down that we had already used one.
Okay. No, that sounds good.
But let me double check. Yeah, so
I was spelling it wrong. That's why.
we used our first short rest after Loaf got turned to stone.
10-4.
After we escaped the area.
Well, we haven't escaped the area just yet. Not entirely.
All right. So
Okay, let's go south.
Oh,
So after a long rest, you make a con save. On a failure, you take necrotic damage, and your hit points are reduced by that amount.
Hmm.
These reduced hit points can't be removed until you recover from the fever, and even then, only by greater restoration. If you make successful saving throws for 2 consecutive days, you can recover naturally. Otherwise, you need like a magical way to cure the disease.
Can I help
Well, it's a good thing
Nora
con save are my
in
specialty.
any way with
Yeah.
like some sort of medicine check?
So I think if you have training in medicine, you can treat someone who's diseased, giving them advantage on that save.
nice.
And I think lesser restoration also will give me advantage.
I don't have
Possibly.
proficiency in it.
I
Just
don't
a
think
little bit.
lesser restoration does anything for diseases. I think you need greater.
Damn.
Greater would just fix it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see. Lesser restoration.
Well, medicine, I wouldn't mind an advantage, that's for sure.
So you would all kind of notice that Nora is coughing a little, and she has a bit of a. She's a little sweaty. I'll say a medicine check might tell you something here. Yeah,
Well-
disease is a greater restoration ability.
Have you all ever seen anyone bit or scratched by one of these things?
With a nat 20, Toadleaf
Nice.
says, Toadleaf looks at her, flutters by, and
Well,
puts a
they've
hand
seen
on her
Kale.
shoulder.
Right? They've seen Kale get it.
Yeah. So Toadleaf puts a hand on her shoulder and says, "Yeah, we had the paladin who had the same affliction, and he almost died. So good luck."
Well, we gotta do something. Come on.
Nora will just be like, oh, shit!
I'm sorry to tell you that, but it is what it is.
How long does he have, Doctor?
Well,
Rest
he
is
has
one of the best things
probably
we could do for him.
Just put me
I-
down.
that,
Put me down, Beans.
but
IR says you might recover. Don't be so dramatic. If
probably
you don't,
live
I'll
a
put
very
you down. Don't worry.
probably
Nora,
live a very
like-
long life.
Nora will do that, like, put her hand over her, like over her head and be like, ah.
Iara whispers to
Follow.
Toadleaf, just get ready to shoot her in the head if you have to.
Totally not.
We don't need another ghoul biting us.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Anyway, she
Awesome.
goes back to camp. So yeah, you would finish the short rest. What do you want to do?
Let's try to patch up Nora, guys. We should take care of ourselves before we do anything else.
It's gonna be a while before we can long rest, Loaf. I appreciate your concern, but yeah, we have a decision to make here. We really need to set up camp
Well-
outside, as Bean said, for our allies, because we
Well,
wouldn't want them to be caught
hang-
off guard. But I mean,
Iara
they got
says,
us trapped.
hang on
Yeah.
a sec, Nora. Toadleaf says that he knows something about this disease. So what do we have to do, Toadleaf? How do we improve her situation?
What would I know? I would just share what I know, if I know anything.
It's basically what I kind of shared about how
Yeah.
it works.
I would share that info, but I would also preference with saying, you would either need to recover on your own with some rest, or, well, you know.
Well,
And then he just
you do seem pretty hardy, Iara says, way more than I am. You're like a mountain woman up there. You're like almost twice my size, so I'm sure you'll be fine. She slaps you on the side.
Ow. Oh, yeah, thanks, girl.
She just kind of nods and makes the look to Toadleaf.
yeah.
Giant angry ghoul.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think there's much we can do now. We just have to we just have to hope your body fights off this disease, which hopefully with Loaf's help it will.
But
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Beans does have a point. We really do need to secure that staging area for the rest of our main group.
Yes, let us head south.
Sure. Let's do it.
So you're traveling south, I assume into kind of unknown territories, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Doing this with no magic, mind you. Y'all are screwed.
I have an action surge and one more second wind, brother. We're good.
Okay. You're
Do
good.
we try to be stealthy? Just, take
And I
our
have like
time.
all my spell slots. So
You have spell slots?
So
Yup.
if you're trying to be stealthy, I assume the group is using the stealth skill to do that. You can use other skills if you can justify like what you're doing with them to avoid conflict. But I'm assuming you're going with stealth.
Are we all
Yes.
rolling or no?
No, it would be up to 2 of you.
Oh.
'Cause this
Ignore
is-
me.
well, that's one. No,
This isn't
that's
like
one.
an ambush attempt.
Nope.
This is more of
that's
like
one of 'em.
2 people working together. All right.
Jesus. I thought we were all rolling.
Nice.
No, the only time you all roll is if you're trying to sneak up to like gain surprise.
Oh.
But if you're just trying to be stealthy, you have people leading leading, and they kind of tell you what to do.
Okay.
All right, so you are traveling. So you make your way south into another neighborhood, which seems to have a fair amount of ghouls in it.
How much ghoul gang violence is in this neighborhood?
Oh, they're not.
Let's not find out. Let's
Yeah,
keep
it's.
going.
I mean, I guess you could
Is it-
call them a gang, but they're more of like a horde. There's about
Yeah.
30 or so of the small ones. Just
I wish
kinda
we could
roaming.
let Father Tursk know we're here and, maybe have him herd this group away.
Oh, yeah, that's possible.
This is you want to help him to gain more of these things? I mean, what if they turn on us? Griffin says.
There's so many factions here that a few ghouls probably can't tip the scales that much, and if it does, they seem friendly.
He would have a point, but doesn't that mean we have to go back in the backtrack to this church?
We need to let's get out of here.
Yeah,
Agreed.
let's table the thought.
Ira says, everyone down. Like I said, move quickly and keep to the cover. We don't need to alert them to our presence.
Todith whispers and says, "It was a good idea, Loaf."
Thank you, thank you.
Stealth, I'm assuming. You want another one?
What did you say?
You want another stealth?
No. You
We're
can keep
going
traveling
more
with the
south?
current
Oh.
stealth. I'll let you know. So, let me see.
Can I try to look for any scouts watching us as we move?
Sure. Give me a perception while I
Yeah, and,
consult the dice.
Aora will help. Oh my god. Never mind. You don't notice shit, brother.
Uh-oh.
You and
Guys, we
Aora
are
like,
so
I
safe.
guess we're
There's
good. I guess
no
we're
one.
good, yeah. Aora's like, I'm definitely sure we're good.
In
Damn, Loaf,
fact,
I
we
like
should just
that.
not sneak anymore. We should just keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, no one's watching this.
We're the
Alright.
clear guys.
So as you move south, you go through another kind of ruined neighborhood, and there is an intact neighborhood. In this one, you would notice a large building. It may have been an inn at some point, obviously abandoned now. I wonder if this building could be useful to the group somehow. I'll just mark it on
Guys,
the map.
maybe we can take over this inn and set up the bigger camp here. There's no one watching us here. We're totally safe.
That sounds like a good idea.
There are ghouls in this area. The inn itself probably has the biggest infestation, so you might have to fight if you want to go inside. If you get close, you're pretty sure you'll attract them. So far, you've remained hidden though. To the south of here, you would see you're pretty close to the edge. The road goes a little bit further south, and from there, there's kind of an open, like grassy area with a few trees that are all rotted and withering, as most of the vegetation. Beyond that, a large wall, which seems to have partially fallen over in several areas. You assume this is the city boundary.
Guys, Father Trist said if they try to leave, they kind of die. What if I could bait them out of the inn and just, outpace them? I'll just keep herding them outside the village. And if there are any left, it's probably easier to take care of.
They are stupid, so I bet they would follow you for some fresh brains. Are you brave enough to do this and capable?
Honestly, the invisibility and the speed combo worked pretty well until I got hit with the dragon. So, why don't we try that?
Cool. Do you want
If you-
me to turn you invisible again?
Yeah, I'll just yell at them, get their attention, and then keep yelling and running away.
If you feel comfortable enough doing so, then you do what you feel best.
Absolutely. These are Walking Dead, and for some reason, I'm inspired.
Oh, and like the rest of us, get outside of the city so we can clean them up so they cause problems outside. Alright?
Do we know where the official boundary is, IR says? Like, is the wall where the corruption stops, or can they move further into the fields out there? I doubt
You bring up a good point.
She says, I doubt a ritual, draws boundaries at man-made structures. There's probably a set distance that the land is corrupted. So we might
I
not
think
know. They might not die
worst
for
case-
sure.
Worst case scenario, I can lead them away and then double back, and we'll be able to defend a fortified position instead of trying to take over a fortified position.
Oh, stop it. You're not going off on your own again. We saw how well that worked out last time.
That's true. You almost
Come
became a
on,
statue.
it worked out fine
Well, you did
until,
become a statue. You almost became a
That's fair.
permanent decoration in a big in a big what's it called? Well,
Garden? I don't know.
no, in that sunken area. I forget what it was
Or the
called.
landscape, the crater.
Yeah, you're almost a permanent decoration in that crater we were exploring. Says anyway,
I tried to
if we
be.
can lure some of them out, like what are we trying to accomplish? Just get the inn cleared?
Hmm.
She says, well, I mean, it could be a good base of operations, though, you know, other ghouls will probably wander in. I guess, you know, being this close to the southern border, it could be someplace where Blackwater and his people could set up.
All right, yeah, let's kill them all. I'm ready. I'm ready to fight.
Cool.
What about you, Beans?
Yeah. Loaf, let me know what you need done.
Alrighty,
Yeah, how are
if
you
you
doing
cast
this?
invisibility on me, I'll just, you know,
Are we
open the
staying
door.
here? Are we going elsewhere? That's the big question. Are the rest of us getting outside of the city?
If you want to take
Or
over the inn, I'll drag them south, and then you guys can do whatever you want.
while you're dragging them south, where do you think we should be? Do you think we should be by the inn or should we be elsewhere?
I mean, if we like the inn, you know, taking it over, fortifying it, making it a base of operations, that makes sense.
Cool. Sounds good.
Give me anyone who wants to. I think wisdom here. He might have a thought.
Ayara.
Anyone who wants to make a wisdom check.
Wisdom. Ayara wants to do it. Oh.
So, Loaf, and it makes sense that you would be the one to think this.
Yes.
You remember that the those Alhoon priests seem like they want undead. Maybe a ritual could help claim all of these undead for the Alhoon. Maybe it'll earn them or earn favor with them.
Hmm. Well, the Alhoons seem evil, but I can't help but think, you know, we might gain favor with them by giving them a load of ghouls. What do you guys think?
I don't. I'm okay with having undead for myself, but I don't really want to go get undead for other people.
That's fair.
If they're known to be evil, I guess that's probably not the best idea.
I mean, have you met an Alhoon before? I mean, they just have that reputation. I wouldn't want to judge them just on a reputation, but if
Sorry,
they
did I
cause
say
the ritual.
Alhoon? I meant Bodax.
Oh,
The Bodax.
Oh, the Bodax.
Yeah.
I
still
think-
stand
Hell
for it.
yeah. Dude,
Do we-
we'll help them guys out.
yeah. Would I know where they're located?
Let's fucking do it.
Well, he
Yeah, the
said the
church.
church, which is about up
Hmm.
here. That said, he did want you to wait for him to talk to his leaders.
Oh, you probably had time now.
At this point, if you went and spoke to them, you're not sure how they'd react.
Right.
Well, they might appreciate it. I might also die trying to go through the city instead of outside of the city.
Says,
Uh,
I still think it's a mistake to empower any of these factions. If we're gonna do this, we should either just kill them here or kill them outside the city.
Alright.
Agreed, your other
Uh,
NPC says.
There are thousands of these ghouls. Bringing a few to the Father Curse might not be much. We'll have plenty of opportunity to bring him more later.
That's true. That's true. And we can always perfect this tactic. And guess what? You know, like everyone says, practice makes perfect. We should We should use this as an experiment. See if we can kill them just by making them walk outside the city zone, or at the
I
very
like this
least, we'll have
experiment.
practice with the we'll have practice with the process of just herding the ghouls.
All right. So how do you guys want to try to herd these ghouls out of the city? You have seen that
Well,
there are intelligent ones with the mindless like murder ones, like more of those bigger ghouls, the bloated, as well as a couple of the armored ones. So it could be a little bit
Damn.
more dangerous than just the horde.
I doubt the more intelligent ones would just come to the noise that I make. Do you guys have any ideas?
oh boy, howdy do I.
Big
Um,
hammer smash.
yeah.
That's your
So
solution to
we have
everything.
illusions we can use.
IRSS.
Likewise, I believe you all have seen my sickening radiance that can affect large areas, but illusions and that are the two best bets. If I put a sickening radiance over this entire inn, anything inside of it will die, and
Ooh.
we can then run in and try to fortify it before others. I can use an illusion
I'll
to.
Let's do that.
I'll mark the
You
types
convinced
of
me.
ghouls you've seen in the area so far, just so you have an idea. This is without scouting. This is just what you've noticed moving near the inn. Those three types.
What's the one on the
So
right? Would I know that? This
Oh,
one?
he's a motherfucker. Motherfucker Jones.
uh,
He's a badass motherfucker, bro. They're badass. They're fucking. tough.
They're more intelligent armored ghouls,
Mm.
whereas the big
I mean,
ones are not armored, but they have that gas they expel.
it might still be helpful to pull out, as much as we can before I circle back
Yeah.
and join you in fighting the big smarter ones.
I like Beans' idea. Beans, I've seen his sickening radiance, and I'll just say, it's sick.
Damn, I see what you did there. That's awesome.
likewise, we can use illusions to draw enemies out and away. Along with you, Loaf. That seems to
Okay.
go more along with your idea.
What would attract a large group of hungry ghouls?
Or maybe a bone dragon would disperse all of these ghouls.
It would be nice to have like something appeasing to them, right? Because if we make them terrified, they might go in a lot
What
of different
about like
directions.
a big juicy owl bear?
Ooh, I like that.
Toby, we have not heard from you.
I don't want to be bait.
You don't have to be. I'll be bait.
Yeah. We could make a big image of. Maybe you can make a huge image of Toadleaf.
Yeah,
Juice.
and then I'd
Like a
run with
juicy
Toadleaf.
Toadleaf.
Yeah,
Instead
absolutely.
of swall leaf, it's tiny leaf.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd be like, fuck it. It's like a salad, Too tiny.
Also,
You
if
know
you all
what? Maybe if I get big, I could go in my large form for 10 minutes. That's a pretty big piece of bait. Since I'm already 7 foot tall, I can imagine that'd be a pretty big piece of meat for him.
But we don't want the bait to be eaten up. I don't want you to die for it. I'll probably be able to outpace them and, sneak with the invisibility spell. And you can fight them here if you want.
Um,
All right,
so
well, just give me your plan. What's the group doing?
Yeah, it
Let's do
sounds
it.
like Loaf is gonna try to draw them away.
Mm-hmm.
All right, how
Are
is
you
he
sure you don't
doing
want me to
that?
come with you?
And we're gonna
Yeah,
try to
the
hide
elite enemies
by
here.
the inn.
You should
I
stay here.
but I can run pretty fast. What do I? I think I get 10 extra movement speed in my large form, and then I have advantage on my any strength checks. I think is athletics a part of strength checks or no? That's not.
One of us,
It's
one of us
individual.
should stay with the group to tank the enemies that are gonna remain here, though.
Okay. Sure. Fine.
If you want to
Whatever.
be the bait, you can totally be the bait. I'm not
No,
much of a tank, unfortunately.
you're right. No, you're right. I think that's better for you to go.
Ah, thank you. And hey, if I turn into stone, you'll come rescue me, right?
Of course, sweetheart.
Wait, I thought everybody only got one. You only got one redo.
That's true. All right,
guess
let's
we
do
do.
it. Let's do this plan.
Okay, how about big image of Toadleaf and I go to the front door, and I'm invisible, but I make a lot of noise. And then, once they start following us, me and Toadleaf start heading south. The image of Toadleaf start heading
Who's
south.
making this image of me? Who's doing this?
I
Beans.
believe I am.
Oh, okay. All right.
Let me make sure I can still.
Yeah, let me see the spell
Oh.
you're using.
I was about to say because I'm out. Like I got two spell slots left.
So I get one precasted silent image a day through Shadow Touch.
But you're using major image, right? Or are you using silent
Oh.
image? Because you linked major image.
Oh. I linked major image. Oh, original. Ooh. Oh yeah. Oh well.
I mean, you can use silent
you-
image, it's just a much weaker
Yeah.
illusion.
If you do silent image, I could. So I would say in character, if you cast silent image, perhaps maybe I could help amplify your your magic with some of my magic.
Also, one thing to take note, it doesn't seem like you can move a silent image.
Ooh.
Yes.
So if you
I
want
am
something
aware.
that's going to move, you need to use the third level version.
Damn.
So I wouldn't be able to carry the image or anything like that, right?
All right,
No, you
Beans.
can't carry an illusion.
Yeah, slope. Once
Physical
I
interaction with
cast
the image
this, make
reveals it to
sure
be an
you
illusion.
don't touch it. Yeah. You cannot touch this image. So I'd use a major image, but I have to use that at 4th level.
Okay,
Can
is
we
that
do
what
it
you're doing?
step by step? Like, it says as a magic action, you can cause the image to move to any spot within range.
Yeah.
Maybe we just use it for the first phase.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll let me know when you want me to throw this up, and I'll
What's
put an
the
image up.
range
Hello.
of major image?
Don't
That
waste
is
major image. That's insane.
120 feet.
Yeah, so you can make Toadleaf fly basically like 240 feet in a turn, because you can move it up to the range of the spell from you.
Okay.
As
Maybe
long
we
as
do.
you keep, well, as long as you, so yeah, you do have to keep it within range of you, but you can basically move it wherever in that range. So you'd
That's
have to
why
be
I
moving
was
as well.
thinking the weaker version might work better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
just
what I'm thinking.
if you can move the silent image the same range. Maybe just
No,
for
I
the first
cannot.
few 100 feet.
Silent image does not move,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's immobile.
but it saves me energy. It saves on my magical energies, so that when
For the
we need to
battle.
use.
Does magic action consume some resource?
Oh
Consumes
yes,
action.
it
Oh,
consumes
okay.
quite a bit of energy from my side.
Okay.
I have so much magical energy to pass around
Got
for the rest of the day.
Well, if the
Got
image
it.
can't move, the ghouls will just run out and attack it and realize it's not real pretty quick.
And then they'll chase low.
Yeah, I'll just keep making noise. I think I was able to heard like 10 of them last time just by making sounds.
Alright, so
Seemed pretty
you
effective.
said the group
friend.
is hiding nearby. You're
Yeah.
casting this image, and then an invisible loaf is trying to lure the undead south, right?
I really am starting to think we should just raid this
Let's just
inn.
rate it.
Keep
Yeah,
it simple.
we're
getting
casting
too
so many
complex.
spells. We're doing way too much.
Don't
Yeah.
cast any spells. Just maybe invisibility on me, and then I'll lure
But
them
then
out.
Cool.
if
Let's
they
try
can't
that.
see you, what's gonna happen? What are you gonna do?
Cool.
I heard
Okay.
of like
Well,
10 of them last time. That's
I'll
I think it's
tap
possible.
low and cast invisibility on him.
All right, so you're going to try to make noise to get them to come out.
Mm-hmm. I'll go and maybe
So,
kick the door open, and then just make a lot of noise.
so I guess give me maybe
Performance?
deception or performance or another skill that you can justify using here.
Well, if I'm invisible and I go
With
up
the
to the
head
door,
rolling.
I just use athletics to kick the door down, right?
Yeah, but athletics isn't really what's attracting them. It's more the trying to deceive in some way or pretend that there's someone there. So I would probably still ask for one of those.
I
Athletics is
guess.
more
Do it,
fun than
Loki.
rolling.
I believe.
I
This
mean,
is
it's
it.
not difficult to do.
Yeah,
It's
Okay.
just
do it.
how well you attract them at this point.
Yeah, you just kick the door, bro. It's not that hard.
Sure.
Okay.
So I kick the door, and then it's a performance check to just yell out and
Or
attract them.
deception.
Yeah, just make some noise somehow, either with some like banging around or yelling
Sure.
or whatever you're doing. Performance or
I
deception.
kick the door down, and then I yell as loud as I can into the inn. I'm a big fat sorcerer who's invisible. Chase me down.
All right.
Nice.
So you said the rest of you are hiding
Deception.
somewhere nearby. I'll take up to 2 stealth checks from anyone not with Loaf right now.
Okay.
Iara, not me.
Several
Totally.
ghouls. Iara,
Okay, I can
so
do it.
as usual, she's helping the group stay hidden. So several of these ghouls come rushing out, screeching and hissing and looking around for their targets. Obviously, they don't see you. But give me a stealth check to see if they notice your movement, like if you kick rocks or anything. That's
Sure.
Loaf.
With advantage or no?
Yeah, I'll give you advantage on this because
Cool.
because they're unaware of you.
Wow. What are the odds? That's
So I
some
have a
bullshit.
+5 to stealth.
Let me consult the dice. Remember, you do have inspirations you can use for these if you're worried, although you'd have to use it before.
Well,
So
That's fine.
the
argue
ghouls
that
are looking around. Luckily, they doesn't seem like they've spotted you as they're kind of stalking around the neighborhood looking for the where the source of this noise is gone. There's about 20 of them.
Nice.
Holy shit.
I keep running south and taunting them. Oh, you must not be so hungry. And then I just keep laughing as I run away.
Alright, so now that you yelled and you are outside and they're no longer unaware, I need a stealth check. Normal, no advantage.
Sure.
Oh god.
Okay.
Am I rolling so badly?
Oh my god, brother.
you're getting their attention.
But I am fast. Like, I'm always out of range,
Yeah,
hopefully.
you could always just,
So
Yeah.
you see a heavily armored ghoul with spurs on his boots kind of walk out of the inn. He kind of looks
Nice.
towards the south in the direction you yelled from. He pulls a very large crossbow off his back, and he's
Oh,
going
shit.
to fire a shot kind of in that direction.
Jesus.
Luckily, he is at disadvantage because he would miss as a crossbow bolt comes closer than you'd like to you. Just flies past. And several of the ghouls are now running in this direction, directly towards you. What do you want to do?
Holy shit, bro.
I go further south, hopefully trying to stay just outside of any missiles range, and then I taunt the whoever's in the inn basically. And I say, "Oh, you must not have been a hunter in your previous life with that aim," and I keep laughing.
So
Okay.
you are dashing south. At this point, you're not really hiding anymore. You're just kind of yelling and trying to get them to follow you.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so you would see another one of those crossbow ghouls. Well, you're kind of gone. You're just dashing into the neighborhood. But the rest of you would see another crossbow ghoul walk out. And another familiar ghoul, which you have seen recently. One
Yup.
that is kind of riddled with some tattoos all over his body, some magical markings. He looks to the two armored ones and he says something, though I think you guys are too far away to hear it. I'm just going to mark that you know there's at least one of these here.
Can you hear what he's saying? Nora?
You are pretty far away from the inn at this point, but it does look like
Damn.
he's talking to them. Alright, so it looks like, yeah, most of the feral ones are just kind of running. So you don't know exactly how many of those there were, but I'll say they're chasing Loaf. So Loaf, at this point, give me athletics checks as you're now trying to outrun.
Lovely. Normal, right?
Yeah, it would just be an athletics check.
There we go.
Alright, so you are easily keeping ahead of these ghouls who are, they're still, I mean, they're undead, so they are pretty quick, but luckily you've had a lot of training, and your sprint is way more than theirs. They're rushing behind you, and you are at this point approaching the wall. Now, before I go too much with what you're doing, is the group doing anything after he leads them away? You
Fuck
see
that.
these three ghouls kind of standing in front of the inn, looking around.
I guess Nora will be like, whisper to Beans, be like, are you gonna do anything? Like, are we just waiting for him to take the other ones out of here?
I think we're waiting.
Ira
Okay,
says
let's wait.
I spotted some of those big fat ones as well, so I don't see them yet. You know, we have to worry about any of those coming out.
I hope Loaf stays safe and gets back to us.
Yeah, if we're fighting these things, Beans, we're gonna have to nuke them pretty fast. I don't think I have enough health to
That-
survive this.
Running should be our first priority.
Alright,
Okay.
Loaf, give me another athletics check.
Leroy. Nora
Okay.
just starts.
So you're definitely gaining ground on the ghouls as you kind of leap over some of the debris where the fallen wall areas are and go running out into the fields around the city. They would follow you out there, chasing you for a little while, but then after about like maybe 100 feet out into the field, they would just kind of stop and like stand there,
Shit.
like looking around curiously, and then you would see them kind of just disperse.
Does it look like they're stopping at a boundary line? And then like an
guess,
invisible boundary line?
I'll say religion or arcana might tell you something if you have either.
Let's see. I +0 to both, but let's go with religion.
Yeah, so it seems like maybe through some instinct, the undead kind of know that if they get too far from the city, that they should turn back. Almost like maybe some force is keeping them from wandering outside, knowing that it would kill them. But
I'm
you
gonna
don't think they're
test the
doing
theory.
it. You don't think they're
Mhm.
doing it like themselves. You think it's more the magic of whatever ritual happened here.
Am I still invisible?
I assume so.
Can I see if I can get a little bit closer to that boundary line and then try to like pull them towards me? See if they get taunted over the line?
Alright, so you just like walk up to it and start yelling again.
Yeah, maybe like 40 feet from the line.
Alright, so yeah, if you go up to the boundary line and start making noise, a couple of them still in the area will come rushing over again, but then just kind of stop at the same point. They don't
Okay.
seem almost like they kind of forget why they were there and just like stop and turn around.
Oh, weird. Cool.
Yeah, so you're guessing it's something magical. It would make sense because they probably would have, over the years, all just wandered out and died if they could just leave the city.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want to do? They don't
I'll
seem
start
like they're
going
going back
back.
towards the inn. They were more
Awesome.
just kind of moving, like dispersing in different directions.
I'll quickly start going back to the inn. I'll just rely on my invisibility to like hide me away, but focus more on speed
Okay.
to just get back.
So, some time is passing. Let me know if anyone in the other group is doing anything. Just have to mark off some stuff on the calendar. Alright, so you would get back there around 2. Kind of sneaking into the building that the group's hiding in. The other ghouls have gone back inside at this point. You don't see
Got
them
it.
anymore.
I sneak to the group to scare them.
Boo. Alright, so you
You
guys
bastard!
get a little jump scare as someone, I don't know if he yells boo or how are you scaring them.
I go up to Beans and I say,
Alright.
just
Nora
whispering.
will scream at the top. No.
No, you should know better.
Hey, mission success. I missed you guys.
Did you kill them? Are they
So,
dead?
yes.
No, what happened is, and then I tell them what happened, that they seem to just bounce off of an invisible wall by the time they get to a certain limit in the open field. So we could probably set up camp right outside of that line and probably be safe at least from the melee ghouls.
Yeah, I think we should do that. If we could, that's
Cool.
a great idea, because if we could build a camp outside there, they literally can't reach us, right? Or
It's
even if maybe the more powerful ones might be able to. I don't know. Could
they
I make some kind of
probably. I was
check
just gonna
for
say
that? I don't know.
they
Yeah.
probably could fire like arrows from the line, but
Yes.
if we just build like a makeshift barricade, we're probably gonna be fine. Maybe not from spells, but at least missiles.
Yeah, the only thing I could think of is maybe these lesser ones were the ones that followed you. These other ones stayed behind. I don't know if these more powerful ghouls could cross that barrier.
Maybe if what Father Tursk said was true, which it seems like it is, the smarter ones probably still can't leave because of
They
the
just know better.
spell. Yeah,
That
I
would
think
make sense. Then that's probably why they didn't follow you, huh?
the only thing I can think of to experiment further would be picking up or carrying one while it's incapacitated, like one of the easier to put down ones, while it's still alive, and dragging them across the boundary to see if
Well,
if it instantly dies.
Juan
Let's just
has
go to the south and set up.
cool. I like that plan.
Yeah.
Hmm?
At this point,
Juan does have manacles. If you want
yeah.
to try to disable one of them, put them in handcuffs, and drag them across, that's up to you.
Who's Juan?
Our bard friend. Or is he
Let's go south.
down to us? But yeah, let's
Let's go
go south.
south.
Alright,
Yeah,
so
maybe we can
Yeah.
find one on the way.
We're definitely not equipped to handle this in right now, but I think
Yeah.
at the south, I think that's the best idea to just hit that
Yeah.
barrier. Loaf
Cool.
made that sacrifice. I think we should, yeah.
Let's do it.
Thanks, Beans. I owe you a cookie, maybe two, because I scared you a little bit. Invisibility is fun though.
It is. It is.
yeah, technically would still be invisible, I think.
Oh.
Jesus, Paul.
Shit.
It's only been like 20 minutes with the spell, and the spell lasts an hour.
Awesome. Maybe
Alright,
we can do something with it, but I don't know.
so as you are walking south through where the wall has kind of fallen, Beans, you notice
Oh
what looks like a person moving around up on top of the wall. Seems like you just catch kind of like a glimpse of him out of the side of your vision. Some kind of individual with a red cape or cloak maybe on. But he just moves kind of as you're going past and you can't see him anymore. He's somewhere up there, you would guess.
Did you guys see that?
Was he watching you?
It looks like it. I have not seen anyone like that in this town. Everybody here's undead, but that one he had some sort of red cloak up there. He might be following us.
Did he seem
In-
dangerous?
I do not trust anyone who's watching me without my permission.
Hey, that's very smart of you.
Let's just continue on then, because how are we
Iris
gonna
as
get
well.
to him?
Can I leave a note for him?
Iris
I will,
Leave a cookie.
looks
quickly
over
write down a.
at Toadleaf and says, "Can he fly?"
Oh.
I don't want to. What if he's not friendly?
Yeah, I don't think we should even interact with them. Just leave him a cookie
Also,
and a juice
Beans, you
box.
never notice anything. Are you sure you saw something? I'm the one, or Nora usually notices.
I
Um,
tell Ayara, hey, I trust Beans if he says he saw something.
All right,
So,
Nora will make some kind of perception check if she can.
Toadleaf would
I don't
also
know.
say, if you want me to go fly over there, I will. But you decide.
How tall is the wall?
So the wall, in its, a long time ago. I mean, there's still parts of it that are fully standing, but most of it is, or large portions of it are collapsed. It's probably about 15 to 20 feet in total. So it's not that
Okay.
high.
How far are we from the wall?
You were about to move through one of the destroyed areas of it.
I'll go ahead and climb it to see if Beans can. Can you point me to where you saw him? I'll go ahead and check it out.
My friend, I think it's best we continue moving on. But they were up on top of that building over there.
I say I'll be right back, and then no one knows if I in fact left because
It-
I'm invisible.
If you're going, I would want to go as well, but I wouldn't be invisible.
I
Alright.
think I will go, but I don't know
So
if if you'll
the-
notice it.
the wall isn't too hard to climb, being that big portions are collapsed, so you can just use kind of some of the bricks sticking out to make your way up. It would be an athletics check. DC is probably about 10.
Cool. Nice.
And you said you're kind of flying behind where you hear him, Toadleaf?
Yeah.
Right. So you kind of see where he's going by his grabbing the bricks and like dust coming off them and things like that. So Loaf, you make your way up, and when you get to the top, you see a little ways down the wall, probably about 50 feet or so at this point, an individual walking along basically the top of the wall. His back is to you. He doesn't even seem to. Well, you're far away and invisible, but yeah, he's basically walking away from where he was before. Looks like he has like Bean said, some kind of red cloak / cape as he's kind of just nonchalantly walking along the wall.
Which way is he going?
He's heading away from you to the east. Basically, kind of this way.
I'll say to Toadleaf, do you see him? I think he's an interesting figure.
Mm, not really much for cloaked figures, but let's sneak up on them. See if we can surprise him.
How far is he from us?
I think he says about 50 feet or so. He's not that far.
I say to Toadleaf, okay, I'm invisible. If you want to say hi, and if he decides to be an enemy, I can probably be closer to him by the time he turns around.
I would land and try to sneak, try to stealth.
Okay. So you're kind
Land
of
on the wall.
flying up above, trying to move in on him quietly.
Well, as we would be on the wall, I would land on the wall and try to, stealth if I can.
Yeah, just like move quickly to catch up to him, kind of stealthing
Yeah.
behind him.
Yeah.
Sure. And I assume you're both doing this.
Yeah, I'll get within like 20 feet of him.
All right.
21 on stealth.
Yeah, give me stealth checks.
Nope.
All right. Hold on.
I got a 6.
All right.
A net one, actually.
So as
Baby.
well, ours not up there. So as
What?
Toadleaf and
No.
Loaf are sneaking towards this guy, Loaf kicks a stone, and the figure kind of stops and turns around. Seeing at least one of you, because Toadleaf is not invisible, and he says, "Oh, I have company."
Hi. How are you?
He says, "I'm well. How are you?"
What are you doing here in this place?
He says, "Well, I was taking a walk along the wall, getting a feel for the evening times and the afternoon times in Issyk. It's kind of a fascinating city with a long and, well, dangerous history. What are you doing here?"
Oh, just casually taking a stroll. It's good. It's good to see new people moving into the area.
He says, "I must admit, I wasn't expecting you. I didn't think you'd see me. I more thought
Well,
your young friend would be the one to come up and speak with me. I know him a little bit better than I know you."
Oh,
well, he's a little cautious, and I didn't realize you saw us. Interesting.
He says, "Does he remember my words to him? He should remember the things I said. Or at least, someone should remember the things I told him."
I could go ask him.
He nods. He says, "It might be of use to you and your friends later."
Are you a friend of Beans?
He says, it's a complicated relationship I have with your kind."
Well, my kind is fairies, so that really depends what you mean.
He just nods.
And then Toadleaf just kind of shrugs and flies down to Beans.
All right, so you're flying away.
And
Yeah.
He would look over
I
at
talk
Loaf.
to
Yeah, go ahead. What do you
I
want
talk
say?
to the old man and I say, "Well, I bet you don't see too many invisible bakers out here."
He says, "I can't say I do. This is a dangerous place for any to tread, let alone a baker." He says, "Though I don't
It's
think that's your true profession, is it?" And you almost feel like
No.
he sees you, even though you're invisible, as he's looking like right towards you.
Well, if we're going to engage in conversation, I might as well tell you I'm a wandering monk. And you're not just on a stroll here. Why were you watching us from a distance?
He says, "This just happens to be where I am right now." I've been in a couple of places recently.
Well, it must be tiring hiding your true intention behind true but useless statements. I mean, I'd much prefer to be straightforward. I extend my hand. I say, I'm Loaf.
This is well met, Loaf. My name is Reldon. It's good to
Relden,
meet you.
well, likewise. Why don't you, if you seem friendly compared to the rest of this place? I do bake. Why don't you join us for some bread? We'll make some camp.
So sadly, I have quite a bit to do still. I came here because I hoped the young one seeing me might jog his memory of our last conversation. He says,
Well, if
but,
that doesn't do it, talking to him probably would. Join me.
he says, well, as I said, I don't really have the time. Though, I'm sure we'll speak again. He says, in fact, I know we will.
Well, that's a little ominous, but I do enjoy conversation. I do hope so.
He says, I'll tell you what.
If
I believe
hmm,
you are somewhat new to all this. Ask me any question, and I'll answer it to the best of my knowledge. It can be about your history, your background, or something about this land.
mm, I do have a lot of questions,
He says, I have
and I
time for one.
get the feeling I won't get to ask you another question soon. Well, if you know as much as you say, how do we lift the curse of Isaac?
He says, I see you're a person who enjoys the bigger questions. He says, that is tough to
Very
do.
nice.
The curse on Isaac is, well, at this point, it's less of a curse and more of a blight. The energies have destroyed the people here and turned them into ghouls. All you can do at this point is repair the damage. How you do that, of course, is up to you, but you can't really save any of them.
Damn.
Well, that's a shame, but I appreciate it. I do trust you. If I likely won't get to ask you another question, but if you'd like me to pass your message to Beans before you leave, I do suspect you've already left, but I'm happy to pass your message along.
He says, well, I've already spoken to him. I just hope he remembers. My one piece of advice would be to be cautious of Hollow Hand when you meet him, though I think several of you already have.
Alrighty. Well, pleasure meeting you.
And
Tell me your name again.
it's almost as if he just vanishes, as when you look again, he's gone, but you don't remember him leaving. You just kind of look around for a moment, and he's nowhere.
Cool.
I'll say at this point, Toad Leaf, maybe you come flying back up.
Yeah.
All
No,
right.
no, I was going to Beans. So I'd get to Beans and I'd be like, Beans, the man says he knows you and he said he had a message or something like that and that you needed to remember something.
This man, what did he look like?
I give him
Who was he?
All
I
right.
don't really know. I just kind of left the loaf up there.
So,
Right.
so maybe at
He's
this point, like Loaf, you would come
creepy.
climbing back down.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I
And
He's
say,
like a creepy old man.
if he gives you a description, Beans, I'd say that you don't remember speaking to anyone like that.
mhm.
I've never met anybody like that in my times.
He was probably just a little creepy. Don't worry about it, Beans.
I I would tell Beans his name. I think it was Roland, but I think Loaf would remember the name. I personally forgot to write it down.
Roland.
Roland. I'd
I hope
say
it's not
he
Roland.
said his name was he said his name was Roland, and he seemed like a really cool guy. He said we can't save Isaac, but maybe we can help the people here somehow.
Yes, but he mentioned he was watching us, and that is not good.
He said he had a conversation with you, Beans, and he just hoped you would remember it, but he didn't say anything else about your conversation.
I start flipping through the pages of my notebook. I have a journal here of every day I've lived
So something
with
about
very,
him did seem familiar to you, but you don't remember ever having a conversation or even who he is.
and I keep flipping through and looking for anything about a red wizard, and I can't find anything in my notebook.
Wait, is his name Roland? Sorry.
I linked his thing.
Oh, all it says is old man in red. It doesn't say his name.
Oh, it should.
He did say
it.
his name. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me pull it back up.
Tired old man with a warm smile.
It's in the journal under Isik if
Yeah.
you want to just see it there. But I changed it to
Okay.
Roland.
Okay, that's why. I just had it still pulled up.
Yeah,
as the
Reldon. There we go.
Reldon.
I'm not seeing anything here. I don't know who this is. But,
He said to be
magic.
careful of the hollow hand when we meet him,
Hollow
but he
hand.
said we'd already met the hollow hand.
Interesting. Interesting.
Okay.
Well,
Reldon.
should we? What do you want to do? Do you think we should go back and occupy the inn, or try to find somewhere safe to rest tonight?
Let's
Oh,
camp
we need to
outside
just
the
go out. Yeah,
zone.
outside the zone
Mhm.
that Loaf said that they seem to not be able to cross. That would make more sense than the inn would be
We
death for
probably
sure.
take the
This,
inn with our full camp. I'm confident in our abilities. But
this
just
Ralden friend. How did he know me? When did we talk? I'm not seeing anything in my notes.
Maybe ask your did you call him Chomsky? Maybe ask him.
What did he look like?
I
Was he
described
tall,
the man.
short? You said old.
He had the red cloak. He seemed a very cryptic but well-meaning person.
Aren't all wizards? We should probably just move on. There's not much we can do about him, right?
Yeah,
That's
wizards
true.
are boring and lame.
Agreed, Griffin says.
Yeah,
He saw through
Yeah.
my invisibility and
I'd much rather just
disappeared.
smash stuff right in front of my face. Not much a wizard can do when a maul weighing I don't know how much it weighs, but smashing down upon their face.
he seemed friendly. He seemed like he was a well-meaning person.
Griffin says,
and
Also, he's old.
this friend of yours, this Blackwater, I assume you mean the noble. When is he supposed to get to Isik?
That's a fantastic question. I think it's about we're 3 or 4 days away at least.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
Well,
Particular.
we do have this inn if we want to clear, or we could explore the city more. But there is maybe a wisdom just waiting for reinforcements.
I could really
Yeah,
use
let's
a
camp outside the city.
Yeah, I could use a good nap, and so could Beans.
Yeah. What do you guys think about trapping a ghoul and dragging him out the zone? Maybe on our way there we can grab one.
Ira says, I think it would be easier to just put an arrow through its head. These things don't exactly die, aren't exactly hardy.
But if it's already dead by the time we cross the zone, it's not really much of an experiment.
This seems like a very cruel experiment. I would
How
expect something more akin to, Toadleaf might be interested in this sort of experiment, but I would not expect that from you, Loaf. Torturing an innocent soul bringing it upon its own death.
No,
Ultimately,
it is. It's just an undead shell. I don't really feel either way about it, personally.
Well, there are a few benefits we can gain from it. Father Tursk might have told us the truth, and it seems like it checks out. Also, we'd be protecting our camp because if they can't cross the threshold, who knows? Maybe they cross it and then they just become even more feral, and that's why they don't.
Griffin says
And
that's true.
we kill them all the time.
If we know the right spot, by dragging it out there, we can figure out where exactly this threshold is. Lara says, it seems just like more trouble than it's worth.
I think it is a good idea.
well, you guys have rope.
We do have rope.
I bet you can lasso one and drag it across.
All right,
Let's
so
get some sleep first.
so you
Some rest.
well, why don't we do a break because we are a ways in,
Yeah.
and then we can come back and discuss what we're doing next. All right, so a little
Sure.
break and then we'll continue.
I am sorry,
How-
y'all. I am so low energy right now. Ugh.
How long has it
Alright.
since
High
been since we
solo
leveled up,
energy.
Beans? It's been like 2 months since we leveled up, hasn't it? Maybe
Mm.
like a year?
A-
Maybe
a
almost
month?
a year, I think.
It's not been
I
a
mean,
year.
It
We got
depends
to level
on
8
what
just a
planet
few
you're on.
months ago, guys. Come on.
It's been at least 6 months. No, I'd say honestly, it's been about 6 months, right?
No.
Yeah, because when I rejoined, I think that's when we leveled up. Like, we leveled up right when I rejoined, and that was it. So it's been
We
at
leveled
least
up, I think, a
six,
few
maybe
sessions
7 months.
after I joined, and I think I joined sometime
No.
in January,
Yeah, that makes
maybe
sense.
February. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been like 5, 6 months.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's been a long ass time actually.
Let's see when I made my post. No, February 1st, yeah. February 1st. It's been just 4 months, I think.
6,
3
7
months.
months, I think. Makes sense.
Well,
7 months, I
why don't y'all try to smooth Lou into getting us a level up?
I think I'll put another level in Barbarian, and I don't think it's in the free character creation, but the level 3 subclass that I think it's called like Divine Rage or something.
If
Nice.
Path
I mean,
of
I
the
like as far as materials, all you have to do is get Lou to share the materials with our group, and then you can use everything he has. So if it's
Oh,
official,
that'd be great.
yeah. Just mention it to him when he comes back.
Hmm.
Well, and obviously if we do level up, yeah.
Yeah. It's a good way to bring up the topic too.
Yeah.
All right, so what are we gonna do here? Should we just camp? I think we should just camp out, unless everybody is ready for a new character.
I'm gonna take a second.
A
I'll
new
be right back.
character. What?
I'm just saying, if everyone's ready for a new character, we could probably try and grab one of these enemies and drag them over the line.
Um, I don't know.
You know,
How much? I mean, how many
I
spells do
support
you got? How
anything
much
you
health
guys
do you
want to
got?
do.
I got like
Yeah.
half health, bro. If we try and do this, I'm definitely gonna die.
I got like
There's no
I got
way.
like I got 3 really strong potions, and I got 2 spell slots.
Sounds like there's a lot of big players up
Fortune
there in this
favors
inn.
the bold.
I mean, I'm ready for a new character. Ready for a new
I'm-
character, Beans?
I'm not.
I won't die.
I can't
I
even do.
Tankings.
I can't even do Toadleaf's voice right now because my throat's still messed up. But I'm still don't even want to. It's like I still enjoy the character too much.
That's what I'm saying. I think we should just camp out. I don't think we should go in there and try and grab this enemy. and
No,
drag
we
him.
can just grab a ghoul on our way. Like they're everywhere. We run into
Yeah,
them.
just
Yeah.
quick, easy. I'm
I don't
not
think
gonna
it'll
be a
be.
Bro,
part
it
of
ain't
it.
gonna be
That's
quick and
all.
easy. You know we're gonna grab one ghoul and it's gonna be like 30 other ghouls behind it. You know we ain't
Not
gonna grab one fucking ghoul.
Well,
so.
we've
Loaf grabs him and shackles him.
yeah.
Immediately after that happens, you gag him, and then totally punches him in the balls. And yeah, right? Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
I mean, I'm down for it. That sounds pretty fucking cool.
And while you guys are doing this, Beans is going to be as far away from you guys as he can.
Yeah, well, so am I.
No, I'm
Yeah,
not.
Oh no,
doing
no,
Nora's
that.
no!
not
That's
gonna.
not part of the. That's
No,
not part of the plan.
Nora's not gonna part. Nora doesn't want to take a part in that shit. She
Not being
knows.
implicated.
Oh, that's
She
not part of the
dead.
plan.
She's got
The
Derek
plan
Cool.
is
You know
for
what?
Nora to gag this. You know.
I'll have the skeletons
No,
help.
there's no way.
Help.
Nora's got Derek Cool fever. She feels like shit. She's like, fuck that. That doesn't make any sense. Why she would? She ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, if I have to, I'll have the skeletons help
She's
Loaf.
feeling like
but-
shit. She's like, fuck that, bro. I'm going to bed. You guys do what you want. I got the fever and for more cowbell. Okay, but what's the plan?
My plan is to support Loaf in his ventures to gag and drag this ghoul out, but I'm not gonna try to be a part of it. That seems pretty cruel.
It's
Yeah.
already dead.
Yeah,
It's already dead. And that Bodak said that. Wait, is it the Bodak? Which one said that they're. No, it was the old man in red that said we can't save them anyways. They're doomed. Nothing we can do to save them. They're dead. They're gone. Might as well torture them.
I don't know about the last part, but okay.
Might as well just slowly torture them. Fuck it. Like, there's nothing you can do.
I think wiping them out is okay.
Nope, can't be helped.
But like masochisting, it's like being a nuisance on the shore, I guess.
Laura just wants to fight something at this point. She's just gonna start rushing in.
Oh,
It's like, fuck it. Nora Nimbus.
After she was just trying to be cautious. At all.
Nora Nimbus. Woo.
But yeah, we try to get out of the city and rest.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, I can't wait for the next the next loot roll, because I am next on that loot roll.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm ready
I
for it.
thought we had reset.
No, I thought it was
bullshit.
loaf and loaf, beans, and
No, I'm next.
Dyer.
Y'all can all
Dyer
fight
hasn't
me.
got anything.
I'm next.
Yeah, Dyer hasn't gotten anything.
I've been waiting
And then-
patiently since the game started. I'm next.
And then Mikey hasn't gotten anything either, though.
Bullshit.
Yeah, I know. I really wish that motherfucker wouldn't have left. Because if he leaves completely, he has that dope ass ring with the fire elemental.
He's got a
I
lot.
would fucking love that. Wand of Web. Fucking bitch.
But next, next.
He gets
chapter-
all the cool shit.
You have a wand of the War Mage and
I didn't say I didn't have
amulet
shit.
thing,
I'm
right?
saying
Where did you
I
get
have
that
yet to
amulet
get
from?
I have yet to get one particular thing on my wish list. I've gotten
The
things
Me either.
on my list
you have
because
a +3.
huh? What's up?
Uh,
I said me either. He's like, you have a +3 mob.
Yeah, I was about to say you got the last one. But yeah, I'm fucking tired of waiting.
you're waiting for your Bloodwell vial.
I already have my blood well vial +2.
Uh,
Oh, there you go. You got a blood vial
that
plus
wasn't on your wish
2. Like,
list.
what the hell? I don't have a
That
blood
wasn't your
vial
wish
plus
list.
2.
That wasn't even on my list. That's the funny part.
And the other thing, the wand of the war mage, +1.
Wasn't on my list. None of it was on my list.
Yeah, dude. None of it was on his list. Like, come on.
The
Yeah,
Ring of
yeah.
Spellstoring was on my list. However, it was not
Ah.
my my role. We had just found it. It was something we had just found.
You know, I trust Lou has everything written down.
Oh, I know. And I know that I'm fucking next, so everybody can bite me.
Wait,
I'd
Beans,
rather
have you
not.
gotten anything? Matt?
Yeah, I got the Atlas of Endless Horizons.
Nice.
Yes, it is. It has saved my life more times than it's let me die.
That thing is really
No,
good.
I'm just fucking around. Of course. I think that makes sense.
That thing is
Who
really
is
good, man.
Sylvester? I see they have a javelin of lightning.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
something else.
he retired.
Yes. And yeah.
And he's in jail.
And
Oh,
he's in jail.
Yeah.
wait, what?
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
IRL?
IRL, brother.
Oh, snap. I thought you meant in D&D. That's not good.
Uh, I yeah. I wish he was in jail in D&D because then we'd go get that lightning of javelin lightning back.
Yeah,
Well,
we
Are
can
you
at
guys?
retired
least get that
characters,
back.
don't they
What?
stay somewhere in the camp, or do they just kind of disappear?
It depends.
Shoot, you want to hunt him down and murder him for his javelin of lightning?
Nah, I'm not that kind of character yet.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The possibility is there. Totally through your magic,
What am I doing?
convincing Loaf to hunt down Sylvester to steal back the
Wrong
javelin of lightning.
character.
All
Wrong
right, I'm
character for
back.
me
What
to
are we
do that.
doing?
We still don't even know.
Oh,
No, we're going south, right? We're not fucking doing shit.
We're going south, and if
We're
there's
going south.
combat, I'm down to grab
Yes, if
a
there's
grab a bow.
combat, I
Yeah.
think that makes sense. If there's combat, then we can try
But let's
that.
get out of here. Let's get out of
But
here.
let's get the fuck out of here.
all right. So you are. Are you trying to pass the day to the south? You mentioned something about setting up like a trap to catch a ghoul.
Yeah.
No,
If
we're
we
not
run into
doing that.
combat, we'll just grab one.
Yeah.
All right.
Just
All
Yeah.
really
right.
simply. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Fair enough. So so you're just trying to set up camp outside the city limits, right? That's kind of what you
Mm-hmm.
meant to do.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Where
So
I
yeah,
noticed they stopped.
I mean,
Somewhere safe.
you were pretty much at the
Is it
gate as
safe?
it was. So I'll say you can make your way further south into the fields, and I guess Loaf, after a couple 100 feet, will show you where the ghouls came up to, which he
Okay.
assumes might be some kind of barrier or boundary.
Yeah, I taunted them. Some of them came back and then turned around back somewhere around here. It looks like they
Interesting.
can't pass this part.
All right, so you're just passing time, kind of trying to get to the next day. Is that the idea?
Yeah, if I can bake something, I'd love to experiment a little bit.
All right, so you are setting up camp out here. Any specific spot, or just kind of right where you found the boundary?
I
Probably go
hope we
past
find
like
somewhere
100
with
feet.
cover. Is there like a
Yeah.
tree or several trees or an old building?
Yeah, so
Rock
there are
patch?
probably better places on the landscape to set camp. Generally speaking, that is a survival check, unless someone wants to justify a different skill. I'll take up to 2 of those from the group.
Ooh, I'll tap Loaf on the back and say, Bud, find us and guide you in survival. Find us a safe place
Let's
that
see.
stay the night. It needs to
That's
meet
pretty
these
good.
qualifications.
Well,
It needs to be
I usually
a
just
roof
make
over our
do on
head.
the road, but I'll try to see what I can do.
That is not good enough for me. That is not
This
good enough,
log.
Loaf.
How about this log over here? You can fit
Alright.
2 people in here.
I
Put some
will
leaves over you.
I will take another check if anyone else wants to use
Yeah,
either survival or another skill.
yeah. I'll use religion to find us a nice place to. Here you go. Here's survival.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, you find a spot a little ways away from the boundary. Maybe there's a little hill there that you can kind of set up behind, which you think should make it less obvious you're here. So I'll switch over to the world map since you're technically outside of Issyk. All
It's
right,
been a
so
while since I've seen that.
you're just passing some time, right?
Yeah, I'll try
I
to
believe so.
bake some bread.
Okay, let me consult the dice.
Oh no.
So are you just like kind of starting a fire and using some of your flour to just make some loaves of bread?
Yeah. I think I'll put Shadow Wraith Warrior essence into the dough.
So just putting the essence in without anything else doesn't really do much. Usually you have to kind of figure out how to draw out the energy of the essence, which usually takes some time and experimentation. So you
I'll
did
ask
have
Beans
the.
if he can help me with it. I don't
Oh
know
no.
if there's anything specific we need to do with that, but
Now remind me, did you have any like feats for cooking or any particular like
I
mechanical
have
things?
proficiency in cook's utensils.
Okay.
Besides that, I don't think so.
Because I know there's a feat. I think it's called chef or cook or something.
Oh, I
Uh,
don't think I have that.
all right. Give me I guess if you're experimenting, what did you say you were using?
Shadow Wraith Warrior essence.
All
Oh
right.
god.
And how much are you using?
So I have, let's see. I have 15. I think I'll use 5.
Now is that sword wraith you're talking about? I don't know what a shadow wraith is.
Oh, yeah, it's Sword Wraith Warrior. Sorry.
Okay. Give me I guess, give me a cooking check. This would use religion.
Oh, okay.
So if you have proficiency, basically you would roll with proficiency and wisdom. Or sorry, intelligence.
Can I have Beans' help on this at all?
Sure, if you want to call Beans over to give you a bit of a hand here.
Yeah. Hey, Beans. Remember all the essence we've been collecting? How about we
Yes.
bake something with it?
Sounds like a fantastic plan. The bread you've made before was quite tasty.
Yeah,
Oof.
they were good. Let's see what we can do with some Sword Wraith
Wait,
Warrior
you only have a
essence.
plus
I
one
take
to
out
Not
like a
your.
very
little vial.
smart today.
You only have a plus one to your int check? That doesn't seem right.
I have 2 levels of exhaustion.
Ah, alright,
Oof.
good. And make
Oh.
a tools check
Ooh.
All
for
right.
your cooking tools using intelligence.
I think I did this using strength.
You're using. This
Because
is more research based. I'll let you use intelligence or wisdom.
that's fair. I'll do wisdom.
All right, go ahead. Roll with. Well, you rolled a 6. What's your wisdom
Yeah.
modifier?
2. So 8.
Okay, so that would be 9. Okay, so 11 is not too bad. Yeah, so you're making some bread. I'll say you don't have a breakthrough yet, but if you continue, maybe using this essence again, you might be able to figure something out. So just put in your notes that
Awesome.
you've had one successful use of the Sword Wraith Warrior Essence.
Cool. Does the bread we make
The
do
bread's
anything?
tasty, but it doesn't do anything. It's just bread.
Cool. Well,
Bring it.
thank you for your help, Beans. I know you're tired, but I appreciate it. It's nice to cook together.
It's all the ghouls chewing on him, Hyara says. All right. Anyone else doing anything as
Dope-ass bread, bro.
time is passing?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I would say so. It's we all kind of came to the conclusion. It's been since February since we've leveled up. I'm just putting that out there.
Before we pass the night,
Well, the group is level
don't we?
8.
Yes. Do we have
Um,
anybody that has like a long distance messaging spell that we might be able
Someone.
to connect with Blackwater?
Oh, we did. We had someone, but he hasn't been here in a few days.
It's true.
I-
We had
Nick-
our
Nick's kind
wand.
of jaded on this. I can tell. He's jaded.
He's jaded on
Yeah.
what? Mikey not being here.
Mikey not being here. Jesus.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's better to make friends than hurt feelings, and
Oh,
it's sad that people don't appreciate that.
Well, hopefully, yeah, Mikey will be here next time, but we'll see.
Y'all need to all get along. Jesus, y'all have known each other for.
Maybe people need to stop making hurt feelings.
He's a
God.
loser.
It didn't sound like anyone else is doing anything this evening, right?
No.
All right.
No,
So,
But yeah, is there a way we could
just try to
I guess
move.
there's
Level up.
a way
to level up.
to
Yeah,
absolutely not.
contact.
Wait, what did you ask? Level up or contact? They're two different things.
Oh Jesus.
I'm scared to
Uh,
say which one.
Contact
Absolutely
Blackwater
not.
is what I'm interested in. Blackwater Patrol.
So, I mean,
I don't know if we have sending
Absolutely
stones
not.
or somebody in our camp who has sending.
we'd probably. I mean, I'm hoping Juan comes back next week. Technically, we're supposed to have people here if we're using their resources. So,
True.
but unless, wait, does someone have sending stones? I thought. Did
I had
Blackwater
one
do
at
this?
one point.
One.
Oh, did Juan
All
take
one,
them?
I
Oh,
think.
great.
All one.
So he has sending
All
and the sending stones. That might have been a bit of an overlook by the group. But
He has our bag of holding as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
he's
mean the
got
bag of
everything.
holding.
Wait, let's see. Camp. Maybe the camp has sending stone.
We could probably make an argument that maybe like the bag of holding is. Well, no, because
Yeah.
you couldn't put stuff in it if the bag of holding was at camp.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's just hope. Yeah,
All
we
right.
get Mikey back
Our
next week.
camp has sending stones. It's in the party.
Oh, do they?
Mhm.
We'll get him back. We'll get him back for sure.
Get him back for sure. Who has the
but,
sending stone? Was this
It's just in
Blackwater's?
the camp inventory. Yes.
Or was
I
this
believe
just
so.
2 sending stones that the group has that they found?
I
We
think
had
it was.
two. We had 2 sending stones. We gave one to our camp, and we held on to one.
Oh, so that's just so you could be in touch
Oh.
with them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Which
Cool.
you are with your camp
Makes
now.
sense.
We'll say they all met with you and
Up
set
here.
up the tents.
Cool.
Oh,
So as the evening is passing, Toadleaf, what would you be doing tonight?
Chilling, looking at the moon.
It's like maybe laying on a branch up on one of the dead trees.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Maybe playing a flute.
Who knows?
So it's pretty late at night. The group is getting ready to settle down. When you would hear a voice in your head that says, Toadleaf, it's me.
I was wondering where you have been.
Is your group, are these people trustworthy? Can I reveal myself? Something about this voice seems familiar, unless you're going crazy. But you know someone is using sending. Or message, maybe.
Oh, I assumed this was is this not my my demon?
No, it's not your demon.
Oh. Oh, okay. Well, so in that case I would say wait a second. Who is this?
Did you forget me so quickly? It's me.
Mm, go ahead and reveal yourself.
So the voice is feminine, and again, oddly familiar. She says, the courts have sent me to gain information on what you found out in the prime material plane. Does this help at all?
He he says
And
no,
you
do you
can
take
feel
me for
free to
yeah.
improv this if you want, if you
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
have anything you remember.
Toadleaf says do you take me for some sort of fool? No, I do not know who you are.
It's me. It's Sylvie. Have you forgotten me? You've been in the prime material plane too long.
All of my people are dead. I don't know exactly who you're trying to be,
She says,
but
You're from the Feywild, no? Has someone cast a spell on you? Have you forgotten?
I know where I'm from.
She says, Well, then how can
So
you not remember me?
I did have a bad fall once I arrived here, but anyways, go ahead and reveal yourself. I'm done playing games. And he probably would look around kind of angry.
She says, Alright, I'm in the grass to the north. I'm coming out to just tell your people I'm friendly.
I would fly over there probably to you if you gave me your location.
Alright, so you see a small figure who looks definitely like a fairy like you come out of the bushes. She has
Mm-hmm.
wings and, a kind of strange looking garb on. And she, I guess the others
That's
would
fair.
see her too, as you're kind of hidden behind the hill. She waves
Oh,
at
hell
you.
yeah.
Says, It's me, Toadleaf, in your mind.
So Lou, out of game. I
Damn.
have no idea, man. I have no idea
Well,
who.
like I said, you can improv this as either you don't know her or you can make something up, and I'll play along with whatever you do. However you want to play
Right.
it.
Okay. So Toadleaf would say, no, I don't think I know you, and I don't remember you. So clearly, you're trying to play a game with me.
She says, No game. The Feywild, the courts, you don't remember any of it? And at this point,
I had no.
you would all see this fairy kind of flying up towards the group and Toadleaf approaching her.
Toadleaf would say, I was the High Cleric of the Forest of Arisale. I have no dealings with the courts.
She says, the Forest of Oracel. In the prime material plane?
In the Feywild.
She seems a bit confused. She says,
I would look confused as well.
Nora will just be like, "Oh, that's so cute. Look, he's trying to make friends."
This is not my friend.
She says, we were friends, though. How do you not remember? She says,
Told Leaf,
Oracell.
ask her about a personal detail no one would know.
I'm just staring daggers into this fairy.
She says, I promise you, Toad Leaf, we knew each other long ago. She says,
Interesting.
have you forgotten why you were sent here?
I was not sent here. I was actually I don't know why I'm here, but that. And then he would just look kind of confused.
She says, the corruption, the shadowiness. She says, what's Reed Disick and what has appeared in places throughout the prime material plane, the Feywild, the Shadowfell, nothing rings a bell.
None of this rings a bell. You. And then he just looks confused.
She looks confused too, and slightly concerned. She says,
Why
well,
don't you both come down and have some food? You both look really confused.
oh, thank you. I'm Sylvie. It's good to meet all of you. I'm,
I extend a handshake and I
well,
say, "Come on, Toad Leaf." She clearly says she knows you. At least we can talk.
He says, never.
I guess if you want, you can give me insight checks on this. I'll say Toad
He
Leaf,
said-
you can give me an insight check.
Well, he would also say, don't just blindly trust her. She's a fake. This doesn't make any sense.
She says, you're a Fae
Blindly
too.
trusted you.
And I've proven that I am trustful.
Ah, that's debatable.
Yeah, very debatable.
Nora would say.
So what did you want me to roll? Lou?
Give me an insight check.
11.
So yeah, this whoever she is, she's not really, because you're kind of playing it as if you don't know who she is, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, she's not
And-
really like. Maybe she looks kind of familiar to you, but again, like you don't remember her. I mean, you've seen fairies before, so maybe she just looks like one of them. You don't remember the name Sylvie, that's for sure.
Right.
She says, I'm sorry if I upset you, Toad Leaf. I thought you'd remember me. It's very concerning that you don't remember anything about your mission.
There is no mission.
She says, well, the courts are certainly trying to figure out what you've learned in your time in the prime material plane, Gaian. I was sent to look for you. We had lost contact long ago.
It sounds like you have some ploy. You're trying to play me. You need to stop before you pay for it.
She says, no, how do you think I would have found you if I don't know who you are? What, you think I just randomly bumped into you in this corrupted city in the prime material plane?
I had no dealings with the Fey court.
She says, everyone in the Feywild has dealings with the Fey court. We are all servants to their whims, even those who say they don't. But you definitely have in the past. I don't know anything about this forest you say you're from.
The forest of Arcel, where I grew up.
She says, well, well, maybe if you tell me a bit about how you came here in this forest, maybe it can help jog your memory, or maybe explain some things about what's happened.
Well, the last thing I remember was a big fight with werewolves and the sanctum being overrun. I cast the spell from a scroll that was supposed to, well, to finish the fight. And then before the meteor impact, I was here in Gaian.
She says, oh, that sounds like one of the battles that happened in the outskirts that I know you were a part of. Uh, what is that? All you remember from your time before this world?
That is the last thing I remember. Yes, but that doesn't mean I don't have memories about my duties and my roles and the people that I helped guide and shepherd.
She says, this is going to be more difficult than I thought. I had assumed that you were just spying as you had been told to do. That's why you hadn't been in contact with us. But the courts had grown impatient and sent me to gather some information.
We'll leave it a spy? Nah.
Should we kill this thing, Toadleaf?
What?
It might be bad.
Kill me?
This is some sort of trickery.
What is wrong with you, large murder woman?
Nora will cast. I'm just kidding. She's not gonna cast it.
If you do so really know me, then what is my first name? And none of you say so.
She says, well, your first name is Dewdrop, right?
Yeah,
So she would
and
say...
he wouldn't have given that away unless it was somebody like really close to him. So
She would say, it is Dewdrop.
that is unsettling. I don't like that.
She says, I'm sorry to
Perhaps-
unsettle you.
Perhaps we do need to have a discussion at some point, but and not at this moment. We have other things we're worrying about.
She says, I had noticed that you were near Isik, a spot of great corruption within the prime material world. I thought this was due to your investigation of the corruption that is both plaguing the two reflections, the Shadowfell and the Feywild. Is that not why you're here?
That is not why I'm here, but I never knew why I was here. I was just dumped here.
In Isik, this undead city?
No, in this realm in Gaian. I was dumped here.
You were here to spy, to gain information on the corruption that plagues our outer worlds. I'm so surprised you can't remember any of this. A bit of a scout,
And he would
a bit of a spy. What were you
Ah,
saying?
that makes sense.
It doesn't make any sense. I am High Cleric Toadleaf. And then he just kind of looks down at the ground.
She says, yes, you
Scratch
are. She says, but you did have duties besides your clerical ones. I'm just very surprised you don't remember anything. Wonder what happened to you.
Oh goodness.
If you want to
Yeah.
think about it more, we can move on for now.
Yeah, for now. I just it's a lot to I'm gonna have to come up with some shit, do some stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this could be some sort of trickery, or it could be something else. You're not really sure right now.
I'm not sure. In a game or out of game. So
But let's
Yeah.
say for now, you keep watch for us as we rest. Yes?
She says, if you'll have me in your camp, I would like to stay close and maybe speak more with Dewdrop.
Yeah, he can stay up all night with you while we all sleep. I think that's the best.
You
Well-
promise to not hurt us?
Of course, I have no
Well,
reason
Toadleaf
to.
will keep her up.
Like Toadleaf, I am here trying to figure out the source of the corruption.
So
And have you tried most bread?
he says, and don't worry, Acrid. I call out.
Acrid would poof into existence. Yes, master. She says, "What? What is that?"
Keep an eye on her. I don't know about this one.
He says, "I will, master. Both of my eyes." And he gives her like a look. She says,
Yeah.
"I don't understand. You have devil allies."
And I have undead. And I have undead allies.
She says, "That actually surprises me less than the infernal one. But all right, if you'll all have me, I would like to rest."
Sure.
All right, so I'll say she joins the camp for now. Other than that, the night would pass smoothly. You guys just haven't reached that many milestones yet.
We really
That's
haven't.
true.
We really
Like you,
It's been a lot of fighting.
but
Yeah, but experience points.
well, I
No, we don't do experience.
Like fighting doesn't really get you anything except like resources and supplies. You get experience by accomplishing a bunch of stuff.
Like for instance, and like I don't know if it's a spoiler or not, but for instance, it's like
Don't spoil anything.
no, it's not a spoiler. I'm saying how he does his level progression. It would be like if when Blackwater or whatever when they get here. That
Here,
would
let
be
me-
a milestone progression.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
or like you accomplish a bunch of stuff. Let me do a quick check
Yeah.
of my notes. Let me make sure, because you guys may have done a bunch of your own stuff, and I might not have fully accounted for it.
I mean,
It has been a
we've reached
while.
out to a lot of factions now. I know that. So
We saved Loaf.
We did save
Did
low.
save low.
we did do that.
Thanks,
I think
Joe
part of the
Minnesota.
problem
Low-
was
low-
you kind of got to Issyk early, then left, then came
Yeah.
back. So you kind of did a
Yep.
bunch of your own stuff off on the side, which got you a bunch of
Yeah.
resources.
Oh, yeah.
But here, let me look at some notes. Let me see if I can justify a level up. I'll see when the last level up was and see what accomplishments we have.
I think it was like 6 months ago. Yeah.
No, last
Jesus.
one was
That's what
February.
Nick
It was about 3 months
Last
ago.
Nick was saying.
Oh shit.
I mean, but if you
Hey.
round 3 up to 6, then it was 6 months ago.
Oh,
What?
I don't know. Math ain't math.
He said if you level up, if you round up to
Oh.
6.
From 3
it
to
was
6.
months.
That's true. No, your last level up was on 216. So yeah,
Oh,
nice.
about 3 months ago, a little bit over 3. Because wait, March, April, May. Yeah, so about 3 months. I mean, you guys do have a few miscellaneous things you've done. I'll say you're close, okay?
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
So if you
I'll take
accomplish
that.
a few
That's
more
a win.
things, I'll give it to you.
Yep.
I'll take it.
Is there any way you can share the locked content for
Idea.
some of these subclasses, Lou? I'm looking at like subclasses for Barbarian. I think I only have access to Path of the Berserker.
Oh yeah, I don't think I'm sharing my content in this game. Usually I share it when you guys level up, but well here we only got a little bit left, so what are
I
we
mean,
doing?
that's a good.
The day would have passed, so it is now the next day if you want a long rest.
Yes,
Thank
long
you.
rest.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Hey, long rest.
Oh shit! I need to do my con save. So,
Yes.
with
and,
that being said,
Loaf,
look at
give
Loaf.
me a medicine check to treat him.
yeah, Nora will be like,
Okay, that is
"Hello."
just what you needed, luckily. And you do have
what's
proficiency,
the-
right?
I actually don't have proficiency in medicine.
Oh, no.
All right, so then you can't actually do a medicine check. Does anyone have proficiency?
Juan.
I think
Is
Juan
anyone-
does.
is anyone a
I was just
doctor?
about to say
Do we have a doctor here?
Yes.
Oh, is it Juan?
Yeah,
Juan.
I'm
It's Juan.
not that type of doctor, Jim.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Loaf is like,
Imogen?
wait a minute, I don't know what I'm doing. As he's like hitting her in the head with a piece of bread. Like, is this how it works? What's going
Come
on?
So
on, a
what is
15's
the?
got to be more than that.
I think the
I
DC
mean-
is 17, right?
The DC was 15, but if you don't have medical training, I don't know how you know how to treat
I
a
mean,
disease.
Loaf is a nomad, and he's like grown up on the road. And he knows
Yeah,
enough to
Roll the
like patch some
26
wounds.
success.
but
26.
Roll the
yeah,
26.
all right. Well,
Pretty
you
good.
made your con save anyway, thankfully. But yeah, for
Nice.
treating disease, you do generally have to have training because it's kind of like a.
So does that
specialized
mean she
thing.
just
Hmm.
fully heals?
That
this time?
means that she's unaffected by the disease tonight, and if you get one more save, then you are in the clear.
Yeah,
So I fully heal, right?
after one more.
Yeah, I don't
Or do I
think
not
it-
heal anything?
Let me double check. I don't think it said anything about not healing, but I'll double check.
I sure as
That
hell
would
hope you get delayed.
suck.
Yeah.
Daracool fever. All right. There we go. Failed save. Okay, so you made it. DC 17 con save. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about not healing. I think that's a different disease. So this one, yes, I think you do
Okay.
heal.
Yay.
So yeah, you just act normally. Basically, you're still diseased,
Thank
but
God.
you resist it for tonight.
Okay, I'll make in my notes that I passed one so far.
Put in your notes that you probably want to use an insight point on the next one just to be safe.
Ooh, I'll burn my
Sure.
insight points on the next one. for sure.
Inspiration
Yeah,
point.
just to be. Yeah, whatever it's called.
All right, so you wake up feeling refreshed the next morning. Luckily, none of the undead wandered out here. Although I'll say during the night, you probably did hear some like noises coming from the city. I'll say Nora, you have the best perception. You probably heard what sounded like large leathery wings flapping around up above.
Oh, yeah,
But-
she'll just tell the group that.
It never got
She'll be
close. It was just always in the distance.
Yeah. Like, I
Dragon.
heard some leathery clapping going on in the sky.
Sky.
In the sky.
We have been warned about a dragon.
Hmm.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
Yes.
I happen to know a dragon, and if we need to, we can go contact him and help him
Ah, that's
It's
right.
and get him to help us kill this dragon. I can't.
I think one told me that story. Yes. Yes.
Wait, you know a dragon?
Yes,
do know-
one has built many relationships, but unfortunately, I haven't seen him.
No, I was talking to Toad Leaf.
Yes, I befriended a dragon, and he respects me. I think maybe. I'm not entirely sure.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure Juan told me he befriended that dragon. I
she
don't know
she
if you did.
crosses her arms and says, "What color was this dragon?"
He was green.
Oh,
My favorite
really?
color. My favorite.
Saying you befriended him might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but go on.
Really, a little bit. I survived him.
Oh, and you accused me of lying.
Ooh, got him.
Ira
He
just
just
rolls
twiddles
her
his-
eyes. She says, "Why don't we
twiddles-
head back into the city?" All right, little fairy.
Oh, we
lady,
gotta set up
you,
camp first. Let's.
What? We just did camp.
Yeah, we
We
already.
set up a secure camp. We gotta set up a secure camp for our friends, the Iron Tide.
She like
the
looks
wow.
around in the grassland and says, "Are we gonna build a building? How are we gonna set up a secure camp?"
Yes,
See, we take
we
we
will
take
build
one
a
building
building.
See, we take one of the buildings inside the walls and then we move it outside. We do
Ooh,
that.
yes. I could turn big and maybe I could pick it up. Bring it over here.
Loaf does look pretty strong. Maybe he can carry a building out here for us. Iris says, giving him a wink.
I've carried big hunks of
Well,
logs, but not a
don't-
whole building.
Don't worry. When the big muscle man comes, he'll come carry the building out when he gets here.
Oh, so only men can do it, huh?
What is his name? The shirtless man?
Oh, you mean my friend Neil?
Neil.
Ugh,
That is
Iara
Ooh.
just
Yes, I remember him.
rolls her eyes.
I know Neil cannot lift a building.
I mean, other than the pecs, I'm not really a fan. But I doubt even he could carry a building.
I mean, Neil can lift Nora, but that's about it.
Yeah. There you go.
I bet
That's
he can.
fair.
You can lift my legs.
Okay. Oh boy. Yeah, that's great.
I bet he can, Iara says quietly.
Don't make it weird, totally.
I'm not making. Hey, this ain't code anymore. I'm Nate. Hi, what's up?
Sylvie is
slash-
blushing a little, looking at Toadleaf. How could you say such things? Who are you?
I didn't say anything. Look, that is a dirty. That's a
Seriously, Codeleaf, that's dirty mind that you have. I can't believe
Nora.
that you
Nora
would say
is
something.
dirty, and Juan is even dirtier.
Alright, so you're heading
Okay.
back in the city?
I think so.
Alright.
Maybe explore
should
it a little
either
bit.
Talk with
Well,
the
shouldn't we-
Shadow
Hold
Wraiths
on.
Or
We
the
have this
vampires?
camp here. We have our camp here, but how do they know that? Shouldn't we leave something here so that they know to wait for us for our return?
I mean,
Our people,
weren't they days away?
If they come back and see in our camp here, how would they know that we're alive?
Didn't
Iara
we
says,
move
well,
okay, have we?
unless we could... or go ahead, Toadleaf.
No. I was just saying, have we contacted our people, or should we? Yeah.
We can't. The only person that can would be Juan. I haven't seen him in days.
Yeah, there's
Oh
no
my
way...
god.
there's no way we can contact our people, or there's no way they're going to find us if we don't have some kind of magic to contact them, unless we just have someone posted kind of watching the southern end of Issac.
So
Mikey-
out of game, don't we?
Mikey,
when
when you-
people don't come, like, aren't they just in the background? Wouldn't they be like one
yeah.
would straightforward for him
Normally.
to like reach out and just send a message?
It's sort of like almost like alternate reality, like they're just not in the story right now. It's kind of like there's not really a great way of explaining it, but technically I don't really use people's resources unless they give me an okay for it. So like maybe if Mikey's not going to be here out of game, you guys can get him to okay a sending spell.
Or like a sending
Mike,
stone? I don't. Does that consume a
listening-
resource?
When you're listening to this, Mikey, on playback, get
If he
on
listens
Nick's
to it.
ass because he has been on you all night.
Why do you want to watch Mikey on Nick's ass?
All right.
You know,
Let's do
Brother,
MVP
yo,
votes.
Hey-o.
brotherly love.
Go ahead, give me MVP votes on who you think is the MVP for this evening.
I'm voting Juan.
Go ahead, throw your vote away.
Oh, please.
I think Toadleaf did really good. That was really cool bringing Sylvia in and handling that.
I don't know what the fuck happened with that. I got goddamn blindsided. I'm cool with it. Whatever.
I think that's your magic item.
That's a
Yeah.
magic item.
Did you give me a fairy as a magic item, Lou?
She's your-
That
she's
was your wish
magical
list.
Yeah. Did you give me a? You give Toadleaf a fucking magical fairy girlfriend?
Yeah, I think we're back on Nora now.
item. I mean,
Oh, okay.
I just thought I just thought it was
That's
time to introduce a Toadleaf character.
That's fine. If you enjoy play, and I hope you do enjoy it, would you mind if I made art? I enjoy making art.
Oh, did you
For-
not like
for
her
character.
picture?
Well,
Damn, bro.
Yeah, you
I
can
like
make
that picture.
you can
Lou,
make
I thought that was great.
you can make art for her if you want.
Okay.
And it looks like Loaf with 3 votes, your MVP.
Yay!
gain
Thank you guys.
Yeah, you get an inspiration point.
We
Any
literally-
comments on
Yeah.
the game? Things you like or dislike? Anything?
Oh, I had
No,
a
that was
lot
great.
of fun. Super appreciated the RP and you bringing stuff in.
Yeah, that was really cool.
You know, like I really enjoyed you tying the Red Wizard in with beings the way that you did. That was really
Yeah,
cool.
that was a cool one. Yeah.
I don't even know what the hell's going on with that. Like, I don't. The Red Wizard.
I
Yeah.
think
Did I
only
miss-
Matt
that?
knows what might be going on with
Yeah,
that.
that's okay.
Cool.
I like the
Um,
mystery. It was good.
Yeah. Good game. I'm tired. Sorry,
Alright.
y'all.
Yeah, GG boys. Thank you,
Yeah.
Lou.
I'm just taking
Yeah.
notes, but feel free to head out if you're tired.
Fun session. See
Yeah,
y'all
have a
next
good
week.
Memorial Day, everyone.
Yeah,
Have
take care.
Or yeah, something.
What did you say?
I was saying have a good Memorial Day, but yeah. While you're taking notes, Lou, I'll get with you. I'll get with you on this whole Sylvie thing.
Yeah, we can talk about different ways to spin it. Yeah.
It kind of conflicts with my backstory a little bit.
Well, there could be something else involved, like a reason why she thinks that she knows you, or maybe she doesn't actually.
Right.
There's a
Yeah,
couple of
that's what
different
I'm
paths
thinking.
we can go down.
I'm thinking
but
she's
either. Or go ahead.
shit. No, I'm thinking she's like probably full of shit, or she's the one doing the spying or something. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we can go the route that this is something to do with your lost memories. We could go the route that she's like trying to trick you.
Yeah.
Or you can just let me come up with something. But I kind of did it as a connection to your story and the connection to the Feywild Feywild corruption. That's going to be part of the main story.
Yeah. Well, and and I know you tie in the Shadowfell with your story,
Mhm.
and so that can be a really neat bridge because
Well, the corruption is in the Feywild and the Shadowfell.
yes. So, but what I'm getting at is it can be a neat bridge because Toadleaf's patron Auricel is actually trapped in the Shadowfell. So that's a pretty cool thing, and that's just real, like actual D&D lore. So that's yeah.
All right. Yeah. No, that's maybe. Maybe she knows something about that, but is being a little bit like deceptive.
Right. But all right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and hop out. I'll talk at you later. Oh, have you played the new update yet for Helldivers?
No, I haven't been playing too much stuff lately. Mostly just D&D stuff and Monster Train 2.
I saw that. Is that good?
Do you like Slay the Spire?
Well, I haven't played it. It was
Oh,
more
do
so
you
as
like draft card games like Magic the Gathering?
yeah, I love card games.
All right. Well, you'll probably like Monster Train or Monster Train 2. They're both good.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take a look into.
Yeah, it's basically like a drafting game where you kind of build your deck on each run and have to like place your guys, like you summon them like in Magic, and they have to like there's rules for how the combat works. And I think Monster Train is like one of the better, if not the
Yeah,
best
I
one
saw
out
it on
there.
the front page. I'll definitely take a look into it. But I'll talk at you later.
All right. Talk to you later.